It's all the same, only the names will change. Every day, it seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. I'd drive all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted, dead or alive. Welcome. This is Demigods going platinum on Happy Jack's RPG. Kudos. Everyone take a thread for getting through that straight-faced the whole way.
Completely silent.
That was a poem by the author Jean Bon Jovi. And you can find his works on bathroom stalls everywhere. We are here playing a game that I made. I mentioned Demigods. And this is our finale. Last week I said we had 2 episodes left. That's because I can't read or write or count.
It's really a miracle you wrote a book.
It's 1, and it's today. So thank you for joining us. This is a very short run, little mini series we're doing, but I'm really glad we got to do it, especially because we got to play with our new friend Alex. Alex, tell us about yourself.
Hello, it's been such a joy and a pleasure to become part of the Happy Jacks family. My name is Alex. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me on the internet, mostly on Twitter at alder_mancy, but other places as well, including on Instagram at alder.mancy, and creating games at Sword Ghost on itch.io and Ko-fi. And tonight I am very excited to be playing Teo Markovich for the final time. He uses he, him pronouns, and he is a Reaper.
Damn.
So professional.
Yeah, that was so well spoken. Hi, I'm Clara, and I am playing Micah. I did not give her a last name. I didn't think about it that hard when we started this game. Jeez. I make mouth sounds for money a lot. It's crazy. Save me.
Not ASMR. She actually like acting and singing.
Crazy, right?
Crazy. My name's Eli, and I'm playing Anders Larson, a celestial DJ who has had a great time over the last couple of sessions.
Yeah. He's watched his crush drift further and further away.
Yeah.
We're getting her way. Don't worry about
And
it.
got his
Yeah.
the death of his mother.
Oh.
God.
Yeah, you got to relive that whole moment, so that was fun.
Yeah. He had a good time.
Yeah.
Wait, you're having a good time.
I'm
That's
having
the
an
most
excellent
important part. Yes. I'm Kimmy. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Bella Markadakis because I give my characters last names. And she is the daughter of Nike and an Olympic athlete. And they're just like the most like stage moms ever. And they're very into her life. And yeah. And she also uses she, her pronouns too.
So,
She's the warrior too. by the way.
not that you're competitive or anything.
No.
But your character has a last name, and some characters
Sorry,
don't.
some characters don't.
I'm like Prince, the artist formerly known as.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm trying not to become the demigod formerly known as alive.
I think he went back to Prince.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did it for like an album thing for
Yeah.
copyright.
Oh, good
And then
for
also
him.
it just turned into such a hassle trying to have a legal name that is not a character in the alphabet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So anyway, welcome everyone. Lovely to have you here. Quick recap. Last time, not a lot happened actually. It was just a chill time in the hotel room, settling down from the long drive. Actually, we had a flashback to the drive. Micah stuck her hand into hell, and
Classic.
people were upset about it.
Classic Micah.
Never playing this playbook again.
So it's too tempting.
I get in too much trouble apparently.
No, you're perfect. Like it's
Yeah.
perfect. It's amazing. I love everything about it.
Jason wrote the playbook for me actually before he met me.
Yeah, I mean that was my premonition. I mean, I knew the type of player I was writing it for. That's why the trickster moves, none of them roll dice. that was an intentional design
so funny.
choice.
Oh my
Of
gosh,
like
you're
tricksters
right.
don't take chances.
No.
They mess up everyone else's.
Oh my god, you're so right.
Layers, the layers.
Also in the previous session, We had some back and forth with Teo's bird,
Rock.
Zrock, trying in his own way to mend the tension between the two of them and just failing horribly.
Yep.
Did valiantly fight off a hawk by himself and
Completely by himself.
yeah, and
Completely.
has recounted the tale several times. Zappa's over it, but it like continues to tell the story, and it like gets bigger every time. So
Question:
Mhm.
When I am an animal, do I speak animal?
I don't know.
Okay.
You tell me.
I feel like the same way, like it's like having had like high school French and
Yeah.
then going to France and being like, yeah, I kind of speak French, whatever.
Yeah, like you don't remember it when you change back.
Yeah.
But when you're in the animal form, you can kind of get the gist.
Yeah, I get close enough.
And like Zrock is basically person level intelligence. Most birds don't have anything intelligent to say.
Yeah.
They're just like food, sex, food.
I'm not sure if Rock has anything intelligent to say either, to be honest.
Well-
but I love him to pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I've been able to, I feel like I want to convey to Rock, like, they're nice, buddy.
We all have that friend in our life, don't we?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
I also have to say that I have 5 threads now.
Oh, yes. So you should spend those right away.
Yes.
Because you can't bank any more that you get.
Excellent. So I am going to increase probably my weird.
Awesome. Okay. Any other advancements we should note?
I don't think so.
Oh, Anders, being the son of the algorithm, took the Verdant playbook Secret Garden because he needs a place to go learn stuff by himself.
Okay. Cool. And you just have like is it like the white room that we discovered in the second episode?
I think it's probably from the other flashback, like he's just sitting in the waiting room on an iPad
Yeah.
because he had to wait for his dad to get out of that meeting or
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that. Cool. So also last time we had those shenanigans took up a lot of that episode.
Yeah.
Then towards the end, if I'm not skipping anything too big, your fellow competitor and just regular average musician, Billy Wiles, turned up, who
Oh.
is
Not old and doesn't scratch.
I don't
yeah,
know why you let me name things either.
yeah, but he does sound like his singing voice is gravelly and carries gravitas. Made in the lab, given a guitar as a baby, I think was your words.
I'm sorry. You asked a second ago about advancements. And
Yeah.
I was behind on my homework. It says one of my options is take Divine Speed from the Elemental playbook.
Yeah,
Has anybody else grabbed that?
No.
Nope.
I'm gonna grab that.
okay,
We are pillaging
because you're the
Elemental playbook,
fastest.
though.
I am the fastest. I'm the
Um,
strongest.
Awesome.
And the best.
Can't wait for those solos now.
Oh, I know.
So Billy Wiles turned up. We had some roundabouts trying to find out more information about him. We got the scent of feathers. We got various bits and bobs of information, and also that he gave his number to Bella. Was quite interested when he realized she was flirting with him, and that is going however it may. We kind of left off not knowing what would happen after that. The very last thing that happened was the deity Hermes stepped into the earthly plane, probably ill-advisedly, but showed up anyway with packages from everybody's family.
We got gifts.
Yeah, so we had some gifts to dole out, so that was fun, and we need to pick up with what Bella's doing, or who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, we had started, like, I'd done like a patrol of that floor to see if anything weird was happening. We'd found that there was like a ward on one of the doors. That was something that a mortal could have made, like a mortal who knew like some sort of level of magic. It wasn't something that was like demigod here, demigod here. Like it was something like super chill, and it was just going to be like a little warning if somebody went in. So that didn't seem super strange. Like we'd run into stuff similar to that before, is what we were told. So I think, yeah, I think Bella was vibing with it last week, so I think she's gonna
Are you downstairs?
Oh, yeah,
distracting
that's
him
right.
While
you're
we're
breaking
Mission
in.
Impossible
That's
way?
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So like we'd done the patrol, we'd found the ward, and then I went down and did the like subtle, hey, do you want to come join me for a drink?
Yeah.
Wink, wink emoji.
Yeah.
And like,
Okay.
and then he had come down. You'd said, and
Yeah.
then that's where we kind of left off.
And I had mentioned there was an easily identifiable ward. There was like a witchy band has a ward on their door, kind of catty corner from his door.
That's yeah.
How are you approaching his room?
I'm going in as a bug.
Okay, just like under the front door kind of thing, or
I think through the
balcony.
balcony. Is the balcony open?
I don't know. Sure.
Do
yeah.
we want to really consider how bug-proof our hotel balcony sliding doors are?
Let's be honest.
No.
I go in as a bed bug.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. No. The door is not the adventure.
Yeah.
You are able to bypass the door. But there
the whole
is,
time doing the song.
you find, there's a little gap in the screen, and, because he like left the sliding door open but closed the screen door. There's not a ton of bugs in desert California, but, you managed to get through there. But at the threshold of the room, you feel there is this, not quite like being underwater, but there's like a pressure on your auditory organs.
I think as soon as I can become not a bug,
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least switch to something more mobile
What is
in
it?
the space.
You have to be specific.
Good point. I think I'll go from bug to like hummingbird.
Generic animal.
Yeah. Small woodland creature. No, hummingbird. Just
Okay.
to like kind of move quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you enter that space, you still feel that continued pressure. Hummingbirds have ears, tiny little
Yeah,
ears.
Teeny tiny ears.
And it's not that you're hearing something, it's just there is this weird kind of supernatural pressure in the room that like a mortal would never notice.
Yeah, weird. Well, time to go rifle through some stuff.
Okay.
I
There is
head straight to the bathroom.
there's like a suitcase on the it's like perfectly set on the that little folding thing that apparently civilized people put their suitcase on, and I've never used in my life.
Mike is like, I don't even know what that's for.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's what it's for. Like,
Yeah.
done.
It's to avoid bed bugs.
And it is actually.
Oh, okay.
That's hysterical.
Great. So
Flip it off.
Yeah.
he's got like a hard shell, just black suitcase there. He's got some odds and ends on the countertop, spare change, whatnot. There is a guitar case leaning in the corner, and it's actually open, and the guitar is sitting on a little stand like he was probably playing it. And it is this gorgeous, like essentially wood body with some metal plating at the on the front of it. That a lot of steel guitars use that extra thing, and the strings themselves catch your little hummingbird eye immediately, even as you're like, okay, I'm gonna go. I think you said bathroom.
Yeah.
And as you flip past just the light glinting off and this is nighttime, so it's the whatever street light is coming into the 7th floor, because of course there's 7 floors.
All right. I think I'll switch to actually like a monkey, so I have thumbs,
Mhm.
and like a little, like cute little like gold monkey thing.
Yeah.
Capuchin.
Yeah, is it like a capuchin? I don't know.
Oh.
It doesn't. Yeah, and like to the guitar and like I have one way of interacting with the world apparently, and it is touch it.
Really.
Like I'm gonna pierce the veil.
I wonder what
actually,
they taste like.
first. I'd like to pierce the veil like around the guitar.
Probably tastes like his fingers.
Ew.
Is it you?
Can I?
I'm grinning in stringed instrument player because it's gross, and I just don't want to like let my
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
thinking
grimace
about
of-
like.
oh,
Listen, I don't always wash my hands before I play Mando.
That's
Ren Mando.
Okay, so
Okay.
here's the
Ugh.
problem. I want to use Pierce the Veil.
Yeah.
I have takes 1 to know 1, which swaps weird. I roll with weird instead of judgment. However, it is supposed to be on a person.
Yeah. I don't think we can use that this time.
Cool. Well, I can try piercing the veil with a -1 to judgment.
Yeah.
I think
You
should.
can, or you could leave it alone and come back for some. Oh, you know what else I'll tell you? Well, let me ask you this: would your character recognize the mythical material orichalcum?
It's metal.
Mhm.
I think I would be able to recognize something mythical. I don't know that I would recognize. I would be like, yes, this is orichalcum,
Okay.
atomic number H, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, it is the a from a top-down point of view, the strings are this like metallurgically impossible alloy of
Mm.
like copper and gold and what's the stuff in the temperature gauge? Mercury,
Mercury.
right? And this like metal that's spun out of that.
Okay, I do play bass though, so I know that he might. I'm
That's
gonna go
true.
right for his guitar case. If he's got extra strings, I need to know where they. I need to find them.
I think it's probably notable that there are no extra strings in there.
I mean, I don't know if your character would think of this, but like, as Mando players, like we both looked at each other like, those are strings that will never break and never go out of tune.
I'm like, that's a weird.
I was
fucking-
just like if I like as a human being right now, if I could buy one thing, like that might actually be the thing.
If the Merry Wives of Windsor could buy one thing for me, it would be strings
Strings
that
that
never
never
go out of tune.
Mm-hmm.
for everyone.
90% of our set is me tuning.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Are you gonna steal it?
I really want
I'm
to.
gonna cut to the bar. So Bella in the bar with the boy. He comes down.
I'm sorry, can we get a refresh on his name again?
Billy Wiles.
Billy Wiles.
Billy
that's what it
Wiles.
is. I keep remembering the
State-
Billy part.
Stage name Old Scratch.
Oh, we're past stage name stage.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh.
You're like
Um,
brainstorming
Special.
your stage name.
For anyone who wasn't here last week, he is a dead ringer for Nicholas Holt. Let's say we would cast him in the movie. Let's see, what was the alloy? He was the gravitas of Johnny Cash, the stage presence of Lenny Kravitz, and the just like weird
Of
vibe
David
of
Bowie.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
Of just having that like
Hit
There's
factor.
yeah.
so much there.
Yeah. So made in my lab.
Yes, Jason. Lab.
So she's put on like something like subtle but very attractive, like
Mhm.
shows off like her muscles and like her hourglass figure and a little bit of everything.
Okay.
But not like a desperate look.
Oh, okay.
Like
Sure.
offering but classy and
I'm
a
gonna
little casual.
Vibe check Bella and say Adidas.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Love it.
He like left in heels, and Taya was like, absolutely not. Change.
I mean, we do know he's a Tagnafab fan.
Yes.
Tagnafan.
Tagnafan is excellent.
I feel like one of her moms like insists that she wears Nike though. Like she can't wear Adidas.
That
Oh,
makes you
yeah,
feel
yeah,
better.
yeah.
Totally fair.
Like Nike's like, no. I get that I don't actually get any profit, but it's literally my name.
It's
No.
the vibe.
Yeah. No, that's this little Italian god. Like,
Yeah. Mhm.
Adidas are Italian, aren't they?
Mhm.
I think.
Mhm.
No idea.
There's no way to know.
I know.
There's no way to know.
Bella flexing down the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, she does like the
You just like,
casual,
just so tired.
and then like with the flex, just a little.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you're trying to find out? Because it goes well. Like, to whatever extent you want it to go. Like, he is buying drinks. He's forthright about conversation. Like,
Yeah.
he's talking about stuff. Unless want to, like, worm the conversation into something more specific. He's,
I think I don't know if she really is looking for tons of like, recon info. I think she's trying to figure out if he knows that he's being helped by the gods.
okay.
So she's gonna touch a little bit on like religion and like the way you kind of do casually on a first date.
No,
Yeah.
the topic no one
No.
ever brings up under any circumstances.
I don't know. Nowadays, I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
you
Sure.
really
You gotta-
gotta know up
Yeah,
front.
yeah.
It's a
actually-
vetting process.
But that's the nice thing about dating, online dating, though. You could put stuff in your profile.
Yeah.
That's like
Mhm.
stuff you need to know
Exactly.
right off the bat. Like, want kids? You should put that right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so since we haven't done it, I feel like there's a little bit of that and like, so like how did what inspired you to? Where did you get your ideas?
Oh, you know what? Actually, he had a situation where when he was in country music scene before he left that, he was like some of his songs did have religious overtones.
Okay.
And then that stopped when he like came out and left the country music scene and just left all of that behind.
Yeah.
The religious overtones disappeared from his music. And that has come up in interviews,
Okay.
right? People have asked him about that. And he has always had very carefully crafted, like, nothing against the church. I respect every faith. Everyone's entitled to their belief system, but I'm no longer a member of the church. That church. He grew up, let's say, Baptist, and that was not his. He left that behind.
Yeah.
So
Well, since in Demigods, having religions other than like the basic ones we know in today's modern day, like being, worshiping the like the Norse gods and that and all this stuff is normal. There's like temples everywhere and all this stuff. So I think at some point I'm going to bring up, obviously not like, hey, Nike's my mom, but like,
How do you
like, oh yeah, I tend to, worship like the Greek pantheon.
Yeah.
They really speak to me.
if you're really cool, you call it the dodecatheon.
Okay, I'm cool. So the dodecatheon.
I also win at coolness.
Yeah. So that sort of thing, just like casually and just kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he just leans in and is like asking reflective questions and wants to know about your relationship to the dodecatheon and what that means to you and just to whatever extent you're willing to divulge.
Yes.
This is going to be handled one of two ways. So you want to get you're trying to find out some information, right?
I am actually on a date too.
Yeah.
She is legit into him, so it's not just like a fact-finding mission.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel like her number one objective is to have a great evening, and then secondly, like find out some stuff and stall so that her friend can find like legit info upstairs.
Okay. Cool.
Wish I had been able to bring my phone with me. But like a hummingbird holding a cell phone seems
That's
like a
Well, I
stretch.
mean, your clothes change with you.
I guess our stuff does too.
Yeah, I think basic stuff would. Not like if you picked up a couch, but
Can I?
That's
Weird moment.
really good heist idea.
Yeah.
Honestly.
just pick up the vault and then
Put,
change
like, the
into an
vault
animal.
under
That
your
Yeah.
bra,
Yeah.
like, if you'll allow me, then I think I will switch back to human and be like, ask him about his guitar.
Mm.
That is also like a valid, like it's definitely been in the news. He gets asked about it all the time. He's played it on TV.
And I'm a guitar player too.
Yeah,
So that would be like a total like that was probably one of the first things we talked about, honestly.
yeah. So like it looks like a Fender, but I heard it's not. Like what is
Yeah.
the deal? Where is this guitar
I
from?
probably, and it's just the thing like legit string players do. Like, what strings do you use?
Yeah. Okay.
What 100%? That's an actual conversation we have. Like, speaking from experience.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I feel like I need to count as mandolins are notoriously hard to keep in tune and not have
Okay.
double
8 strings.
So
Yeah.
this is an important detail. He lists off a popular but expensive brand of
Okay.
strings, not the most expensive, because he makes a point about thinking that that's a waste,
Yeah.
and like he's always used this brand and he really likes it,
Mhm.
and that is the brand of strings he uses.
Okay.
He also like kind of blushes a little bit. He's like, "Look, I don't really talk about this online, but the fact is, I like salvaged some of it and rebuilt the guitar myself." So, I'm really proud of it actually, but I don't really talk about that in interviews because it just sounds extra.
That's so
and,
hard.
Oh my god. Stay on mission.
Oh, sorry.
But he did, I should say, he is not lying about the strings.
Okay.
Like, I'll just give you that for free.
I don't think I know about the strings
yeah.
yet, so I wouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
Would legit just be part of the general conversation.
Yeah, I should say since we know that's not the case, I should say he thinks he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Even though he's wrong,
Okay.
right? He's wrong, not lying.
Okay. I feel like that's something that we'll have to like figure out later because I am not looking for that right now. I'm literally
Right.
just like, oh yeah, those are great. Those are great. I've used
Yeah.
those before.
Yeah, he felt like, these other ones are so overkill, it's ridiculous. And plus, I know exactly how this thing works because I tuned and replaned it and, like set everything myself, and it just really made all the difference in my playing, and that's his whole deal.
Yeah.
So,
I feel
yes.
Idea.
Hold on, I want to check in real quick with the others here.
Oh, we were playing.
But yeah, we were playing Doom off my
Yeah, we were
reflection.
Doom
Yes.
emulating on
Yes,
Andrew's
I
head.
remember. Is that the evening? Where
I feel like it's just kind of bro bonding.
Oh, yeah,
time.
there's probably pizza
Yeah.
I love it.
and
I mean, maybe a little bit of talking about like the set tomorrow.
Mhm.
I do think that we.
Oh, yeah. So the schedule tomorrow is
Yeah.
supposed to be all the bands get together and they film this song they're calling You Are the World.
Yeah.
I wanted living on thoughts and prayers.
Living on pots and
I know it's
That's
rude,
the
but
subheading.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be something you like weave in weirdly, like
It's like part of the lyric.
yeah.
Like the chorus is it.
like it's
Yeah.
a mashup of some type. Like you're like weaving it in.
Yeah. Yeah. So your schedule tomorrow is supposed to be do the shoot. Everyone does sound checks. Go through kind of dry run of what Saturday is supposed to look like, right? Because it's like tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
That is the year plus a day anniversary of the disaster, and then a year plus 2 days is the actual competition time where it starts up. And the competition is going to take several days because 16 bands have to go through and have voting and all that. So, but everything is really supposed to kick off on Saturday, and that's your schedule for tomorrow as far as that's concerned.
I actually have an interesting idea that I feel like I don't think we've really used the sway someone within your own party mechanic, and I think that Teo wants to get Andrew's advice on some of what's going on with Mika.
Okay.
And so I might delve into a little role play here, but as we're playing Doom, and we got the mirror set up on the hotel bed and everything. When we're going through, I don't even know that much about Doom. Maybe there's like a cutscene or whatever, or we're waiting for it to load, and it's like, Teo kind of leans back, and I'm feeling a little bit anxious about performing with Mika tomorrow.
because you had that dust up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good at holding on to being angry, and I'm not even really that angry. I'm just worried. And if this year has any kind of thing happen like last year, and let's be honest, I kind of expect it at this point, I'm just really worried about her, that she's going to rush off into danger.
I think if you care about her that much, then you may want to let her do her thing.
Yeah, I care about the whole band, It's just last time I cared about my whole band and I lost all of them. And that was a pretty bittersweet experience, you can understand. I know you know what that's like. So it's not that I don't trust, all of our abilities and all of that. It's more I was wondering if you would help me if there is a situation where we get split apart, to make sure that we get to stay and stick together.
That you and Mika can stick together?
No, all of us. But yes, also me and Mika.
He looks, and it looks like he's doing math in his head.
Because we can literally see
Yeah,
math.
math in his
Yeah,
head.
yes. And the nice thing about this is that if I attempt to sway you and it succeeds and you agree, then you gain one thread and plus one forward working on that plan. So if there's an opportunity where we get split up, you could have the thread and the plus one forward.
But it's totally optional. Even if Alex rolls well, you can decide, like, actually, I don't agree with that plan, but if you want to roll, that's fine. And...
this is 2d6 plus all. Oh, no.
Ah, no.
Aw.
That
Aw.
sucks. Okay. It is a 5.
Okay.
I don't have any threads left because I just spent them on the advancement. So yeah.
Does Sway say what happens on a 6 minus?
Nothing actually.
Oh, that's me. I happen.
Oh.
I have.
The the conversation that you two are having is going fine, and you're, you know, trying to figure out just this connection between everyone in the band, and unfortunately, the Doom screen flickers and is replaced with a really clear first-person view of Bella's POV at the bar with Johnny Wild, or Billy Wild.
Oh no.
Johnny Walker.
Yeah, him too. So that's probably the last thing you wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
So that's stuck on the TV now.
That's my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You're just like sent from above.
I don't know how.
This could be the catalyst for you disappearing into your new pocket dimension.
Yeah, because I would think that
Like, I want to shut that off and disconnect from that any way that I can.
Yeah, he will.
Okay.
So you just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use like a door or anything? Like, what is the, like, Secret Garden usually says you like sing over your door and any door will open up into your secret garden or whatever.
I was picturing a pixelate despawn.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
fine too. As long as it looks intentional, like you don't have to freak out. He's not been abducted or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Don't you have your like smartwatch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's a
Disappear
thing.
into your
Yeah.
Omnicron.
Oh, yeah, you just like fold into your watch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
Watch just falls on
disturbing.
the floor.
Yeah.
Everything's just disturbing with him.
Yeah, I love it.
Teo kind of double blinks, goes, I'll take that as a maybe.
All
No.
right. Also, it will also kind of make that the last straw of but before stream, Eli was talking about resolving the tangle
Mm-hmm.
that Anders had with Bella about the crush that
Mhm.
Anders had on her, and so that tangle is now gone, I
Mhm.
think, right? So that's
Yeah.
no longer a driving factor between the two of you, or at least from Anders' point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And you both got an advancement out of that. So I think we already picked those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great. So we'll just let that be charged.
All right.
So
Okay. A bad idea. I'm
What?
so sorry.
don't. How dare you apologize? Because you're not.
Yeah, I'm only a little sorry. It's more. It's actually an apology to the party
Mm.
in that way that like it's what my character would do is a really shitty excuse for things.
That
so-
like echoing canyon.
Yeah.
What I try.
It's what my character would do.
I want to make the disclaimer as a player that it's a really shitty thing to do to just charge ahead without checking in with your party first.
Is it though?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Without talking about it first, yes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say what I'm gonna do, and if everyone's like, Clara, absolutely the fuck not, I will take it into consideration.
I love it's not even like I won't do it. It'll just be like, I can take
Consideration is good for
We
me.
gave
Yeah.
her the trickster playbook.
Mhm.
We knew what we were buying.
Part of that is we get what we
Yeah.
get.
This is a high risk, high reward situation, and we all know how I roll.
Okay.
And that
Fair.
is, I have an ability in the trickster playbook that Jason gave
Called
me.
Silver Tongue.
That too, like the guitar. And it's called, oh, you mean the skate key.
Ooh.
You are able to produce a small object which is useful in the immediate situation, but not 100% correct. It only works once. You know,
Interesting.
like a guitar string that kind of looks like an orichalcum guitar string.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
But it doesn't need to work the same.
So you want to replace it?
Yeah.
You want to unstring part of the
I
guitar?
want to unstring the guitar and replace it with a different
Ah.
guitar string. I could also go downstairs and get one of mine and bring it back upstairs, but I feel like he'd notice the difference. I want it to look correct, but not work the same.
Mm.
Okay. I don't have an issue with this plan
That's fantastic.
at a
Cool.
meta
Yeah.
level.
Mhm.
Make it
Into
the
it.
Yeah.
A string.
So sorry, everyone is listening who doesn't understand.
Yeah.
So
lots of Mando like trauma here.
here's the issue. When you go to loosen the string,
Mhm.
the knob doesn't turn.
Oh.
And you can feel you're like pushing against a magical resistance.
Oh, balls.
So, this is an enchanted item. If you want to unstring this guitar, it's going to require a weird roll.
Hell yeah, I'll do it.
This is kind of a custom weird roll, not really bend fate. So, It's just roll weird, and we'll see what happens. Because I didn't think anyone was going to do this.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the trickster.
Yeah.
It's that or I gnaw my way through it. I can't think of an animal that'll bite through.
And I think I
steel.
have said that all 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
think anyone would fill in what Clara just did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's
Ooh.
8. I can do basic math.
An 8?
Yes.
Okay. So the I'm gonna go with the equivalent of it takes longer than you would expect. And so you're like turning. You finally get you like push your will into the knob, and as you're turning it, you hear a voice in your mind. What are you doing?
Does
And
sound
it
like
has
something I
this
know?
like humming 6-tone note to its voice.
like in the middle of. Do you talk?
That is mine.
The string
Yes?
is mine. Are you the guitar?
Is that not obvious?
Oh, you could be a lot of things. You could be the pick.
You're here to thieve my strings?
Just the one. I mean, no, yeah, I wasn't originally, but now I'm kind of working on. I have another one for you, and it's literally a piece of hair that I have pulled that I've like turned into the new.
You're here. Do you have any idea how valuable I am?
You want to tell me?
Why not just take the guitar? You're so weird.
Buddy, I know. Okay, so here's the thing. Wait, where are you from?
That's none of your business.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take the string and like start going back to it. So here's the thing, and I'm explaining my plan to the guitar, as if it makes it better. So I'm not entirely sure what you, if you're like magic in a way that like makes him a better musician or something. But I think that what I'd like is for you to maybe, I want to figure out what's up with you. I guess I could ask you, what's up with you?
Why would I answer that?
I don't know,
Thief?
because I'm stealing your string.
Are you gonna leave the string if I tell you the truth?
Yeah,
Is that the truth?
yeah, it might be.
I need to know.
It is the truth because I want to figure out what's up. I might just take the whole guitar. You said leave the string, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
leave the string on was the condition that
I
it
didn't say
gave.
leave the string on. You said leave the string.
Oh, okay. Well, it.
You're such a trickster.
Okay, let's retcon.
Above
'cause
table, I will leave.
I needed
yes.
to say leave the string on.
Okay.
Okay. What would your answer be?
I'd be much more inclined to do so. If it turns out that you're like a magic guitar that's going to make him win, then I feel like I don't want to leave the string. You kind of see my problem here?
Oh, he didn't need me. I'm the prize.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know how else to explain it to you.
I like put the guitar down and I'm just like, what do you mean you're the prize? For what?
When
For
you
winning?
when you set the guitar down and the string is still on it, right?
Yeah.
The strings are strummed by nothing. You just get, and I need you to roll take grievous harm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna die. I hope we're happy.
I didn't get to heal you.
No, I should have done this at a time when I had someone else around. Where's my basic moves? Oh well. I want to roll low. Low, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what if I didn't?
Well, then you win at taking grievous harm.
Excellent, I got a 9.
Oh, that's not so bad. So you get from the 7 to 9 list.
Okay, that's...
Or you can pick higher if you want.
No, that's normal for me.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Like, what are you doing? Let's go with... Oh, man. I'm gonna wind up in a tight spot.
Yeah, okay. So the strum freezes you in place.
Oh, well, fuck.
And that's your tight spot. And as you feel your muscles lock, you can also feel, you have magical resistance, right?
I do.
Yeah. So I'm factoring that in.
Yeah.
This was supposed to like completely paralyze you and just have you flat on the floor. And you're in an in-between, right? You're
Almost worse because I can't hide now.
yeah, like maybe you'll be able to in a moment, but you're not totally paralyzed either. So,
Did we establish, am I still a monkey?
I think
You
you
turn
turned
back
into
I
human
turned
form
into
to,
human so I
to
could
text
text you,
something. Yeah.
Okay.
So Human form.
Oh,
Dang it.
god damn it. I'm not even short enough. Well, this is gonna look really... I think if I can, think talk at the guitar, I
Yeah.
hope you're fucking happy.
Well, I feel safer now.
Okay, well...
Now, who are you and what are you doing here?
Hi, I'm... Oh, see, I know better than tell you a full name. Well, I don't know what you are. Hi, you can call me Micah.
Okay, Micah. Why, you didn't even know about me before you came in here, right?
No.
This is exhausting.
You think?
What do you want?
I want to know why, what's his bucket's so weird.
He's the best at what he does.
Why? No one's that good.
He is. That's why he got the deal.
What deal?
You're not mortal. How have you not picked up on this?
I don't...
The
Nate-
sulfur, the feathers. Do you not smell that on him?
Okay, so this is gonna sound really stupid because, let's be honest, I'm not clearly I'm not the most great planner at things, but I kind of thought that was a thing that was made up. Deal with the devil seems like a really stupid concept, right? When you say it out loud.
Well, I mean, if you're going to reduce Lucy to something simple like that, then that's just disrespectful.
Well, okay, I understand that is somewhat disrespectful. I don't think you get the point that I don't do respect.
Oh, that does make sense, actually.
Yeah, no, you get it right. Cool. I guess I do. Respect is earned, and I haven't let it see. Sorry. So he made a deal because he was real good, and now he is
The best.
the best. Well, that's just not fair.
I suppose anyone was allowed to make the deal.
Well, then why didn't we get to make the deal? We're also the best. We are
He made an argument to her, and she accepted it.
oh,
Did you?
well, we didn't try very hard.
Well,
Don't really do that.
that tells you a lot about the different situations, doesn't it?
Well, now I just feel kind of bad. Well, also, it seems very unfair that this feels like cheating, right?
I'm not
You're a
totally clear on
guitar.
what that means.
Yeah, but I'm discussing morality with the guitar.
I mean, I
and-
started as a violin, if that helps.
Oh, wait, so did he win? Wait, he won you from her. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Why aren't you gold? Never mind.
Ew. What? Ew.
It's a fiddle of gold. Never mind.
Gaudy.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
How tacky would that be? Gross.
I'm arguing with a guitar? Okay, cool. So he actually beat the devil in a fight and then won.
I mean, he impressed her with a performance. That story gets a little blown out of proportion.
So is she gonna be here tonight? Or tomorrow?
I think the day after? I don't know. I don't really keep up on that. It's not my job to keep track of that.
Okay. You're fucking cool as hell. Wait, so that means he's not technically cheating. He's just really, really good.
You can fly, right?
Sometimes why?
You are teleported out the window.
Oh, fuck!
7 stories up.
Ah! Yeah, I'll switch to being a bird.
Okay. Now you could get back. The
Yeah.
screen door is still passable the way you
I
went
gotta
in
at
before,
least
but
close the door behind me before, because I feel like I've run out of
well,
time.
the screen door was open and you went through a little crack in the screen.
Okay,
So
cool.
there's really no trace of your passage.
Shitty person, shitty guitar.
However, you still have your dummy orichalcum string if it ever comes up that you need it. You have that in your pocket.
Yeah.
Your power worked. You just didn't have a chance to use it.
No, I know, but I got yeeted from the room, and I don't know if I have enough time between me and Bella.
That would be tight.
That would be tight. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give you the option. If you want to try to bend fate with your magical resistance to not unyeet, to not get yeeted.
All right. Well,
Preheat the oven.
That's good.
I'm gonna do it. And I suppose if I fuck this up, fate does not want me to do anything. Because I have a backup plan.
Cool.
It shouldn't let me do things.
I'm in favor
Into
of
it.
this.
I'm having a good time.
Is that Ben Fate is with weird?
Yeah.
That is a 6 + 2 is 8. I am not doing well on succeeding on things.
Okay, so I'm going to... You have a second of resisting,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 5 seconds, let's say. But you know, like you can feel yourself being extirpated.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's a word. It feels like it could be a word.
So did I get yoked?
You are mid-yeet. You're
Okay.
yeet.
I feel like yeeted is the past tense.
Okay.
So you have like a few seconds as it is dispelling you.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna take a swipe at the guitar as it's happening. So it just looks like something big shook, like fucked up, and let it actually push me out the screen window. Through the screen window.
Oh, to tear up the screen window.
Yeah,
And
small
then
enough to
knock
not
the
look like.
guitar over?
Yeah, small
Okay.
enough, not so that I'm like I would like to shrink a little bit into something not humanoid.
Sure, yeah.
And so it looks like basically a baseball flew in backwards. You know what I mean?
Flew out.
Flew out. That.
Okay.
Fun.
And I'm
or
gonna-
in backwards is fine.
Yeah, and I want to like kind of knock the guitar off in the process and leave the new string.
Just like hanging on the floor next to the guitar or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh.
because I want to see if I can get Bella to change the strings when she's up
Well,
there.
okay, that's a little table talky.
Yeah, so I'm gonna text her as soon as I get downstairs.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, anyway, just like at once sort of drop string, turn into animal that's smaller.
As the
and
guitar's going over, you hear, petty.
Dick! And just yeet out the window.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
And then head back to our room.
All right.
So sorry,
Bella?
I don't know what
I
came
feel
up.
like we've like I feel like that's the moment like perfectly like the like 1 second after that happens like the door opens like the shot hasn't changed yet
Yeah.
and it's like Bella and Billy like walking in
Sure.
casual conversation. Oh yeah, we're just gonna have a drink.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's it.
In the
Because
room,
he's
yeah.
got that. Has anyone recalled what the name of that fancy bourbon was I was trying to come up with last time? The Pappy something.
Happy
No
Van
idea.
Winkle.
Pappy
Straight
Van Winkle.
Scotch?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I mean I don't drink bourbon, but everyone says it's good. So he's got that in his room. So that's the his ostensible reason to invite you up because they don't have it at the hotel
Oh,
bar.
yeah.
I love that.
And so you come in, he's pouring drinks, you're chit-chatting, and then he's like, oh shit, and like sees the screen door knocked over and the guitar on the floor, and he's like, oh no, and there's like kind of a string half uncoiled, just loose on the floor. And he's like, oh no. And he's like goes to pick up his guitar and
Yeah.
sets it up in its stand and then is like holding the string, and there are 6 strings on the guitar still.
Yeah.
And he's like,
The A is like loose for some reason.
Yeah.
it's not
Oh,
actually.
it's not. She retightened it.
But he looks like genuinely confused. His body language is like, what is this string doing here?
Is everything okay, Billy?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess the wind or something. I left the sliding door open to get some air in here, but my guitar fell over. And it looks like it's okay. Do you mind if I just check it real quick?
Sure, that would
So he
fine.
sits on the bed and gets his guitar and it goes like he's going to turn the knobs and then doesn't, and then just starts playing and is just playing off the top of his head, not any particular song. And oh yeah, thank you. Pappy Van Winkle 20 year is a $4,000 bottle of
Damn.
and he has 2 of them on his shelf in the hotel room.
No
Okay.
scotch is worth that.
It's bourbon.
bourbon.
Nope. Oh, okay. Well, no.
So I think like she'd probably clock immediately. Like he didn't tune. Like he hasn't been here. That's been sitting there and he didn't tune it and sounds perfect.
hmm
Like,
And also, you can feel the pressure in this room.
Yeah,
Like,
even if she wasn't a demigod, they'd be like, the fuck?
yeah. She was just a regular musician.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
100% that's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Especially if like the door's been open and the temperature's changed in the room. Like,
Yep.
very strange.
Yep.
Yeah, the humidity's totally different.
Yeah, it's like
It's-
weird. That's not. We've been down there for a while. Like
Yeah.
it's different. But yeah, then the demigod, like boom, like oh, like. And I think first she like tries to decide like, is he trying to cast a spell on me? Like, is this a thing?
So first of all, we established last time demigods can like have the eye right away, like they know each other, and he's not giving demigod vibes.
I knew that.
Okay.
But like, is this like, I don't know if he's been given something that he's trying to use against me. Like, I feel there's magic. Like, is it just music or is it like attacking?
It is not attacking, but it's not just music.
Okay.
It is music that you can kind of get this like 2-channel effect of like, oh, he's playing very well.
Yeah.
And also the guitar is perfectly tuned. But you also get this other kind of low frequency, like I'm supposed to like this.
Got it. Okay.
You know? Like it's not mind control, it's sort of like an emotional encouragement.
Yes.
Like,
Okay.
doesn't this remind you of things you like?
Okay. It's like having like incense in a room or something
Yeah.
that's like supposed to like slightly chill you out or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, like after you take music theory and you can no longer hear a song just hanging on the fifth, like, can you please go back to the one? Please finish the damn song, right? Like you can't unhear those pop song like.
I feel so attacked.
It's that level of
Okay.
like,
Okay.
oh, I like this because it fulfills that feeling
Okay.
of, oh, that's what I've been waiting
Okay.
for songs to do.
Okay. All right, she's gonna like enjoy the song. I mean, she has a very good guess at why there's a hole in the screen.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Okay.
That could be anyone.
Now, I would like you to give us the text message like in a bottle as much as you can because you don't know this information. So what is your, you hit the ground, not hit the ground,
Yeah.
but like you land and
I get to I'm on the balcony of our room. I've gotten back and I get to a place where like I'm crouched behind it because I have to switch to a person, so I have thumbs again
yeah.
and a phone. And you get when you get to the room. Actually, I think Micah's an even shittier texter than I am. All lowercase. When you get to the room, switch his guitar string.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
No
So
explanation.
you get that text message.
I feel like he's performing. It's really rude to check my
Yeah.
text.
Yeah.
Like she's into him. She's
Yeah.
like, this is like all going super well. She likes this. He's obviously a good player, even though he's got like some magical weird thing happening.
Sure.
So I don't think she texts.
You
She
do
checks
get
her text.
multiple exclamation points
Okay.
in separate texts.
Yeah.
So
She's like, "Ah." And she's like, is probably like she knows it's mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because like why send one text when you can send 7?
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right.
that's yeah.
You're a trickster.
Yeah.
Well, and then when there's no reply, if it's urgent, like, did you get this? Or you
Well,
did-
it's
did
not
you-
urgent. You can do it at any time. Like,
Okay.
do it in the afterglow.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
So he, finishes just the noodling around and just sets it back on the bed instead of on its stand.
Okay.
And goes back to like, okay, well, I guess this is okay. I don't know where this came from. It's not where I keep my spare strings. And he like tucks it into a pocket in the guitar case.
Okay.
Now, you went through the whole guitar case. There were no spare strings in there. But he's also not lying.
Okay.
So
Okay, interesting. I think she's gonna do what I would do in the situation. Shockingly, that was beautiful. Do you mind? You said you built it yourself, right? Can I try it?
I was going to ask if you wanted to. I didn't know if that was pretentious.
No.
I was going to ask if you wanted to.
Well, I would be happy for you to play my axe sometime. It's nothing. It's special. It does its job super well. I didn't make it, but it's. I would love to try yours.
Okay.
She suddenly, for a moment, was talking, and then she sort of panicked. She's like, "Well, he's not a demigod, but he's sort of magical, so maybe it would turn into an actual axe. So maybe I should just back off and not talk about this." Like normally, when she
reverse.
yeah, when she lets people play it, it just stays a guitar. It's not a big deal,
Yeah.
and it's a good guitar, but it's nothing like astronomical. But as a weapon, it's incredible. And she's like, "Oh, what did it turn? No, retreat, go back."
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, she would love. She picks it up and she starts to play one of the softer songs because that's
Yeah.
kind of acousticy.
Yeah. He says to make sure you're comfortable. Like he's not hovering over you. Like he's not nervous.
A little. It's
But
okay.
he's makes sure that
Just
you're
the
comfortable with
baby.
it, and then goes to pour the drinks.
Okay.
And I just got to know what you're playing.
I feel like I'm probably gonna play one of our songs.
Ooh.
Because I feel like
It's hard to play a Technofab song. They're hard to play.
Hard to play.
well, I mean, you can play acoustic versions of them. Like,
Sort of.
yeah. I mean, the chord progression, like, there's a chord progression still.
You can't capture the chair
You know, you
hitting
can't.
though, or the screaming.
But I feel
Yeah.
I feel like we start in a very like at least the songs that Bella writes, and I know it's like very different for each of it because I feel like we're very much a true like collaboration where we each bring in songs
Yeah.
and we probably each have our own like way to do it. So I feel like Bella when she writes it's not acoustic, but she sits and just kind of like jams and writes on her acts
Sure.
and then like
love
brings it to the group and then like everyone adds in their kind of voice to it so it becomes like a real like amalgamation. And so I think she's playing like one that she's kind of been like noodling around with, like trying to write for a little while.
Okay.
And it's kind of got like it's a like classic rock kind of vibe because
Sure.
that's I think like where the headspace she's in right now. But so it sounds good on an acoustic, even though it's not like written for that. But it could also very easily meld in with like the electric sound too.
Is it the kind of thing he could like hum along a harmony to or something?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Oh,
Good-
that's
good date.
That's
Yeah,
real
it's a
cute.
good date.
yeah. So yeah, he like sets your drink down and is
Sing
like
together.
standing next to the bed, just kind of like getting the groove in his head, like his head tilted and like listening to it, just like just involved in the whole experience.
Yeah. What happens like when I play the guitar?
Well, you can play the guitar and you can feel that emotional effect is a little muted. It's not really going off the way it was before. But you hear this voice in your head like, "Ugh, another one."
All right, I immediately like keep playing, but also like think back. Hello.
I suppose you're here to steal me as well.
No, I'm here with Billy.
Okay,
Are
and
you the guitar?
so out of character, you have no intention of stealing this guitar.
No.
Okay.
And I still haven't gotten the text message. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, someone was here earlier and they had kind of your vibe.
Someone had my vibe.
I mean, not yours exactly.
No,
but
obviously not.
like a
my-
relative or something.
The demigods stink.
Yeah. Unlikely. Like, and she's just like jamming. So like, if Billy's just like humming, and she's
Yeah.
probably like humming. So this is like a separate like thing. They tried to steal you.
Well, they wanted to steal a string first, which is very bizarre. Oh no, would Bella recognize the orichalcum?
Probably, especially from weapons.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
often made into weapons. And
Yeah.
armor, so, yeah. So the strings are obviously valuable. The guitar would sell on eBay for $1 million probably, but that's not really the value of it.
Well, probably playing it, I'm probably like, well, I mean, orichalcum strings are probably worth a lot, seeing how much the guitar knows about itself.
Yeah. I mean, value is relative to your job, and I am good at my job.
Obviously.
We love this guitar.
It's a great NPC.
Do you mind? Like, okay, it's just Billy and I here, and like, I'm trying to impress him anyway. Do you mind just for like a second?
Oh,
like,
he's very impressed.
Oh.
I think you and I both know he could be a little more impressed if you helped. Do you want to just for a second? It would make Billy happy.
Oh, that's not going to work on him.
Oh. Okay. Well. But you say he's impressed.
Yes,
Oh.
with you. But I can't work on him the way I work on you.
Oh, got it.
Mm,
That's interesting.
good to know.
So, were you a gift?
I
Like-
was a prize.
A prize?
And you can feel this like pride of like,
yeah.
I am
I'm
the
a
trophy,
prize?
right?
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm not just a gift. I'm
Uh-huh.
a trophy.
Okay.
And like,
Mm.
Oh, he won you. That impresses Bella. Bella likes people who win things. So she's gonna dive in. Well, I love competitions. How did he win you?
well, he outplayed Lucy,
Uh-huh.
and she was obliged to give him her instrument.
Oh.
And
The guitar. That's amazing. He's a really good guitar player.
well, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he beat the devil at her own game.
That like doink, like like wrong note right there. Like, oh, back to playing the devil, like Christianity devil.
Weird, right?
Uh, but to my understanding, I guess, I mean, a lot of that high level stuff, I'm not, it's not really my problem.
Yeah, you're a guitar. That's fair.
There's no, like, the guitar does not take offense to that statement. It's like, yeah, I am a guitar.
And
Why
he's a
would I
guitar,
know
yeah.
this stuff?
There's no like, oh, you're only guitar. It's like Bella loves guitars.
Right.
So okay, all right. Well, that explains a lot. Thank you so much for your help. So weird. Obviously, your strings don't ever. Where did the extra string come from?
Oh, your friend left that here.
Haven't said anything about it being my friends. Definitely not family related, by the way.
Yeah, but you're tied to each other.
That's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. A long story. Maybe another time. I don't think I can drag this song out that long.
I don't think you should.
No, we
Wow.
have. Yeah, have other things to do. Okay.
The guitar is like cheering you on.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
Everyone's
sure.
into this.
Okay.
it's to the point where, like, you might want to face the guitar towards the wall later. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to, but, like, the guitar seems a little invested in
Yeah.
the situation. Like, whoa, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, she left the string.
Um,
I feel like I've set up an escape room puzzle.
yeah.
Well, I mean, she probably's figured it out, but she probably at this point she can't. She knows that there's no real way to do that. And I also think she likes the guitar and doesn't necessarily want to do that to the guitar. So you wouldn't want that string on you, right?
Oh, no.
So is it the strings like what give you your power, or is it all of you together?
It's a whole package kind of thing.
Yeah, because I mean, you're so amazing. I don't think it would matter what strings were put on you.
It certainly would, just like if somebody replaced your fingers with somebody else's.
I mean, I guess it depends on how that was done. I've seen some weird things.
Would it depend? Or would you be less happy with your fingers?
I guess it depended on whose fingers they were. We're getting off topic.
Gross. this guitar's answer.
Yeah. There's this weird, like, well, you, like, Bella's like, when you haven't met my family.
Yeah, you know what? Fair.
Yeah. It's like, swans. There's a
So
whole
you
bunch
turned
of stuff.
into a swan
Yeah.
first. Then, yeah.
So okay. Well, thank you for the information. And yeah, no, I had no intention of stealing you. Thank you for chatting with me. That's exciting. What's your favorite chord?
Your herald has no way to answer that question.
They want you to end on a sustained 7.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That was not a sustain. I did not sing a sustained 7.
No
but
one
yeah,
should.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's how I end the song. Billy's probably like, but the guitar is like, okay.
Sure. Yeah, so you set the guitar down, drinks are had. It seems like things would just progress naturally at this point, so
Yeah.
we'll fade to dark on that.
Yeah. Well,
and
I'll definitely put the guitar back in its stand. We'll say he has like a suite, and we go in the bedroom.
sure, yeah, okay. He definitely, I mean, he has a whole penthouse.
Yeah.
So there's like 4 penthouses on this floor,
Yeah.
and that's one of them.
The
So,
guitar's in the main
yeah, we'll
area.
leave that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great.
Can I explain to them what's going on now?
To these two?
Well,
Yeah.
at least you. Where are you?
Oh, right, yeah, you're in your side room.
We'll see if that happens. I just want one funny. Does Bella win? the
Uh,
fight?
I feel like she wins a couple times.
Okay. Okay. Good.
All right.
That is the
Excellent.
Yeah.
Teo is playing with his dog in the
Uh,
room.
I think Bella having not Bella, Micah having gotten Yote landing. You actually probably saw her land unceremoniously. You've ever seen like a dog when someone's dropped by a cat person?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kind of that sound outside, like on the balcony.
Mhm.
And then as a human crouched behind the balcony still texting, and then finally like looks up and is like, "Sup?
All right, I'm a human.
You gotta hey, can you let me in?" like, hey, so crazy story.
Yes.
Where's Anders?
I think he went to figure out some complicated feelings somewhere. He's vibing. We're good.
Okay.
You want to come inside?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Zorak has like frozen on the desk. Is like watching the two of you.
This could go anyway.
Yeah.
So crazy story. I think Billy might have made a deal with the devil, which I understand the hypocrisy of the thing I'm going to say, but I did not think that was a thing that one could do.
Listen, I know you might still be frustrated with me, but it's not fair to insult a guy just because I liked him and he knew my band.
No. I mean, you're right.
It wasn't
That
that
honestly, that
indie.
explains so much. Okay. Damn it. Good. No, like legitimately like called her Lucy. And also her, I guess the devil is a woman as well, which like
Now,
all
do
right.
I know the devil at all?
Are
Not
you-
that I would be friends,
I
but
don't-
like afterlife kind
I
of
don't
vibe.
think you've like met her. Also because, like the Grim Reaper has a whole like is the Grim Reaper part of the Christian
Yeah.
thing? Like we don't know. Like where does that myth even land?
But definitely been to hell, I would say.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you've delivered Christians to
Okay.
where they're supposed to go.
All right. Listen, that actually does make some sense. I've never heard of the nickname Lucy, but is this coming to a point? I mean, obviously we knew Billy was competition.
No, but like deal with the devil Okay, well, does no one else care about the fairness of this game?
We aren't mortal.
Yeah, but that's different. Like we didn't choose that.
You know,
Unless
it's
we did.
different kinds of advantages. I want to win. I don't get me wrong. I'm just a little more concerned with some other things right now, like the idea
what?
that a bunch of people might die doing this again.
And do you think that the presence of the Christian personification of evil is not a thing we should worry about?
I mean, evil.
Okay, Harold.
My mother is the last breath of winter. Listen,
point.
Winter kills lots of people.
I understand that you're stressed, but I would rather make sure that we do our very best as a band, and I don't feel like we are quite at that stage right now.
Do not let Bella hear you say that.
I
do not want to do push-ups again.
fair enough. Mika.
It's not about the like. It's not about the that he's present. No, it's actually entirely about that. It just seems really suspicious, and I don't think it's fair, and I think that it's shitty. And yes, I know we're demigods, but there's fully a witch upstairs too.
You are concerned about danger now.
This feels like you're trying to make me look like a hypocrite, and I'm like literally pointing with the blackened arm, like.
Mika.
The rock lands on Micah's shoulder. Micah, what jewelry do you have on right now?
I think probably the same kind of. She's still like a jewelry. She still wears a lot of it. But like couple earrings, necklace,
Okay.
ring.
So Zorak lands on your shoulder. Beaks like grabs a loose part of your necklace, holds it up to show you, drops it, and then pointedly looks at Teo.
Also,
Teo
you're for the
swats him.
fucking klepto.
If we're going to if we are going
Flies
to
away.
perform tomorrow and do the best that we can do. I know we might feel differently about Billy, but we have to go into this as a team, yeah?
Yes.
Can you just I need something from you that will make me feel like I can trust you not to get hurt.
Hey, I don't think we should sleep together. We'll be back for
I-
Dan.
That is not what I mean.
Oh, okay. So like, you want to make a deal?
Not
Or
a
just
deal,
express
just a promise.
Sure.
Give me a promise that you will, no matter what happens, keep yourself safe.
What if like everyone else is in danger?
We're all in it as a team. I don't mean like don't help people out. Just promise me you will try to keep yourself safe. How about that?
Promises are hard.
There's this like chuffed, ruffled sound, like just Zorak flies out of the room. It's absolutely disgusted.
There is just like the weight of every single like version of a trickster. Just like, you're gonna promise what now?
Yeah.
He knows what he's asking for. He's asking you to give something up. which
Yeah,
is a
I know.
promise.
I don't want to promise that. I don't want to promise that because I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 24 hours.
I understand. No.
Okay.
I get that. Yeah.
24 hours.
Yes.
24. Only 24. Let's be honest.
I can do 24.
You can do 24.
Yeah.
You promise.
Yes, I can promise that.
For the next 24 hours, I will not purposefully throw myself into physical danger. Oh, I don't like when you do that either. Okay, fine.
It's a fist bump.
That counts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spiritual fist bump.
All
Yeah,
right.
Spiritual
So
fist
Teo
bump.
put out his fist for like a fist bump. First it was going to be a handshake, and the trickster's like, nope, nope, without that.
Excellent. All right. That is 11 on my in the balance roll, which means you heal 3 harm as we fist bump.
Well,
Nice.
thank you. I took 6.
And your arm recovers.
Yay.
He breathes very deeply. Okay. Well, at least I'll be able to rest.
Also, let's just add the detail that your arm feels like it's a million pins and needles,
Yeah.
as like, blood rushes back
Mm.
into your flesh, like reforms.
So question is, have we seen you do this before with the deal?
It's very rare.
Okay, but like, do we know the mechanics of it, or was it just like?
Yes. I think that Teo can heal. But I don't think he's done it with you before. It's only been I've revived you.
Yeah, I think.
It also is something that he kind of got recently, so I think it's part of an evolution of him becoming more comfortable with being a
Okay.
demigod. So it's I think you would know that what you gave up resulted in him being able to heal you.
Okay, I think after that, then as like as her arm like recovers, she just, you did the weird Healy thing, didn't you?
Yes. Well, listen, if I know you're not going to get hurt, I feel like I don't know exactly how it works, but I've always felt it was best if I didn't try to think too hard about it.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And thank you. I just worry.
Very nice of you.
There's a fair amount of crashing from the kitchenette in the middle part, but between the two rooms, because I think you're in Teo's room
Yeah.
right now,
Yes.
right?
I think it's bedtime for the menagerie.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go catch your dumb bird.
So Zorak is in the sink. The sink has been turned on. Zorak has removed a bunch of things that were in his way, thrown on the floor or whatever, and it's just like in the sink, like bird bath. Just
Honestly, that's adorable.
Yeah, until you're picking feathers out of the drain. But he does help take the
Yeah.
bird out, make sure water doesn't spray around the room too
definitely.
much.
Yeah, sprays water.
Put down the dog and the crow to bed and everything like that.
Yep.
And I think he does go to bed. But there was, I do think, you noticed a distinct awkwardness at the suggestion of sleeping together.
Oh,
Aw.
okay. I like that.
Weird. Like, Michael will remember that, and then like, where's Anders?
Yeah.
So can I rock Oracle in my little thing?
Oh yeah.
Because I think, what does recent past mean?
Well,
Like a year and a day?
I think that's a little beyond. But you could roll it with Fate's Disfavor if you want.
YOLO.
Okay.
Can I spend a thread to make it normal?
Yeah. Buy it up to flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I gain a thread for once again easing someone's
Oh
suffering?
yes. Yes.
I was
by
actually
all
gonna
means.
say, I think that just like resolved the tangle of ours.
Actually,
It may have.
we tightened.
So I have. It seems like it seems like you understand why I do what I do, and I'll have to keep an eye on you. And I feel like 110% was just like, Oh no, I've been perceived. I
So
think it actually got tight.
Yeah,
I
that's
never-
still the case. Yeah, you should tighten
Yeah.
that. That's worth +2 now. And for you?
I still have my feelings tightened, so I'm
Yeah.
comfortable leaving that where it is.
Okay. Great. And you're rolling Oracle
Mm-hmm.
at disadvantage, or disfavor with bot up to flat.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
9.
Okay. What does Oracle say?
Oracle says, describe what you want to see in the near or recent past and roll 2d6 plus judgment. On a 7 and 9, the portents are muddy, but the general idea is clear. Take +1 forward on the next part of your plan.
So what is it you want to see?
Oh, no.
Because he has an idea. He wants to see how he got it.
How
Billy.
got the guitar?
Or does he know what he doesn't know about the guitar?
No,
like
I don't
how
think
he
so.
got the
Talent?
yeah.
Yeah.
Not the talent, but the
Well, we knew someone was like,
yeah.
Yeah, like he
Because
he
he
has a
has, like,
patron or a blessing or
gift,
something.
yeah.
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 Like because he doesn't know if like it's a deal per se, but he's like something's amiss. Like so, because he's going like through all the data, and seeing like people just don't do this. Like people put in work, blah 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 blah. But then it's like going like, zzz,
Yeah. So the
and I think like
so your meditation skitches and gets gritty, your vision fuzzes out, and you find yourself looking through a black and white streetlight camera.
mhm.
Ooh.
And it's on a camera that's like hanging on a wire, so the camera's moving a little bit.
Mhm.
But you are looking onto a deserted, 4-way stop in the middle of like cornfields on one side and a train track and, just middle of nowhere. You can't see very far because it's a pretty shitty black and white camera, but you can see Billy and this other woman. She's dressed really well. You can't tell what color she's wearing because they're both in black and white, and you can't hear them. But you see her playing a fiddle, and then he's playing a guitar, and they kind of go back and forth a little bit. And you can't get the whole story. Like, it's a little muddy because you can't hear them talking, but you can see their competition gets more and more pitched, and he is like playing. I don't know if you've seen people like tap the strings to play like both ends of the guitar at the same time. Like he is just like flying up and down this thing, sweating. His fingers are bleeding. Like he is just like playing his heart out, and she is playing extremely well too. But she is always like poised, and you actually never see her face. You see the back of her and the front of Billy, right? Like just from how they're standing in the crossroads. The contest continues, and it almost seems like she is still poised, and he is just like dripping and bleeding.
Like the hardest thing he ever did.
Right. But at some point, her violin snaps a string, and she just like, you see like a little bit of her in profile as she looks at this thing like, et tu, Brute? like how dare? But the body language, like it just completely shifts, and she steps kind of back from him a little bit, and you see her suit pants turn into goat legs, and her jacket and everything just melds into great big black wings. They look black in the black and white camera.
They look leathery.
Black feathers. And hands him the sort of broken a violin. And you realize, now that you can see it better, the front of that violin is like the faceplate of his guitar.
Okay.
And so, he accepts it, and there's some more conversation back and forth. The they're nodding, and at some point he's like disagreeing, and they just have a debate, right, back and forth, and finally they shake hands, and like his hands are bleeding and whatever. She doesn't even flinch away. She just like shakes his hand, and a crack opens in the concrete behind her, and she just like scuba diver off the back of a boat, like just falls backwards into it, and it closes behind her, and he is just left in the street holding this like slightly broken violin and his guitar, and just like figuring out what he's gonna do next, and then the vision cuts out.
Okay.
Suffice to say, he played the first thing that came to his head. It was the best song in the world.
He's gonna come back out of the watch.
Yeah. So you've res as opposed to de-res.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Mega Man?
Yeah.
You know how he like would like
Yeah.
beam in?
Yeah.
Like that's how I'm picturing it.
Okay. I like that too.
Now, yeah, okay. I was gonna say you de-resed in your room, so
But I think Taya's probably asleep at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's midnight, let's say.
Okay.
Bella's not asleep.
Nope. Bella's got work to do.
Yeah. Bella has divine might, so
Oh.
I think Micah
And now
would
super
be
speed.
nocturnal if she could be.
I guess Dunk in the room.
I mean, if you tell me Micah's nocturnal, that's the case. So
What I mean is like humans should not be like no one's awake at midnight otherwise.
right, yeah, it's
so, like,
mostly inconvenient to be nocturnal.
yeah, but like so yeah, Micah is definitely like naturally wakes up at 11 and goes to bed at like 2:30 in the
sure.
morning kind
Mhm.
of
Wait.
cycle.
is everyone not like that?
I'm like that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I feel
Because I wish I wasn't.
I know.
Yeah, that's how my body should work, but
Yeah.
I have to get up and teach children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you wanted someone to be awake, you
Which
would,
I
but
think I like my job.
I do too.
It's like the most rewarding work I've ever done, and yet I wish it could start at like 10.
Yeah. Same.
if you wanted someone to
I'm
be
sure the
awake,
kids do
she
too,
might.
honestly.
Yeah.
They do.
I guess when he comes out of the watch, he sees Teo sleeping and he's like, oh, I don't want to wake him up. And just kind of like walks out to the main part of the room.
Sure. Oh yeah, and you wake up fully rested. You're not going to need to sleep into the morning at all. So
You to be honest, probably interrupt like Micah figuring out if she can use the iron staff to like play pool, which is going.
Oh, do you have a pool table in your room?
No,
Oh,
she's figured.
I
She's
mean you can.
well.
Like the apples and the oranges.
Yeah, there's like fruit on the table and on the
Okay.
coffee table, and she's just like, I got this. She hasn't had success. It's a heavy ass stick.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you go to hit the apples, they turn into oranges.
Yeah,
Lucky King likes oranges. So
yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
Funny.
And,
Or
like,
peaches.
there are more
Oh yeah,
crushed.
peaches too.
Yeah,
for sure.
there's more crushed fruit than
Yeah.
has any right to be in this room or ever.
He walks in and then slowly closes the door.
To not wake up Teo.
Yeah.
Stop.
I love the idea that you came out of this like whoa, 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 like flashing white lights emerging from your thing, and Teo's just like,
Do I need to say the sleep like the deadline, or can we pretend? it
yeah,
already
we got
happened?
it. Yep, that's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah. So then he closes and I see him like turning around and like looking at the fruit.
I'm working on some stuff.
That's a lot of stuff.
It's complicated stuff. Hand works now though.
That's good. How did that happen? Did you
Okay.
touch something else?
No,
Yeah,
Teo.
stuck it in a different hole. Look what happened.
Teo was nice and it's suspicious. Whatever. Where were you?
Oh, I decided to look back
Oh yeah, that. Wait, which way back?
about a year and a day ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was this about our friend upstairs?
Yep.
Yeah.
And not Bella.
He's been consorting with the devil.
I saw it.
Oh well, okay, hold on. Like Micah puts down this like
He goes-
he
he goes-
telescopes this
Walks over
down.
to the fridge and just gets the water.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry. So he has like a suspicious ass guitar, and who's also kind of a bitch.
I mean, that guitar did not say anything unwarranted to you.
No, absolutely not.
He looks Micah like in the eyes and goes, I think this happened, and he starts listing out years that he thinks that people have made deals with the devil.
Okay, so here's my thing. I feel like it's fucking rude to make a deal with the devil, be the best person in the world, and then know you're gonna win, and then join a competition, right? If you're gonna be the best, just be the best, right?
He was good.
I mean, yeah, you won the fiddle.
And he Anders thinks because he's having a problem thinking like, oh, we're demigods.
And Teo already tried. Doesn't seem this is different. We came by ours honestly. We had the foresight to be born to cool people.
The thing that you definitely planned out and did ahead of time. And,
Absolutely.
I think more and more time is becoming a thing with Anders where he's like in and out of it.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, we can control this.
The algorithm probably did.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't like it, but I don't like it. It doesn't seem fair.
Life isn't fair.
Yeah, but like, isn't the point of I don't know, are we supposed to make it fairer?
I didn't sign anything.
I don't like when you guys use my logic against me.
Bella, in a moment of repose,
You catch your breath.
Billy says, okay, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Sure.
Roll sway for me. That's
Okay.
well, that's what Billy says.
Billy looks
That's weird.
That's weird.
Y'all roll sway real quick.
That's suspicious.
What is sway use?
Awe.
Oh. That's 6.
Did I say with Fate's favor?
No.
Oh, sorry, with Fate's favor. So add a third die.
Oh, that's much better. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, great. So, let's see. He's not gonna spill all the beans.
Never mind, I won't make that joke.
Oh, crass.
A little.
Bill, I don't know how to ask you this because I don't demean or think less of any of y'all's accomplishments. But, look, don't think I'm crazy, but have y'all used any supernatural influences in your music?
I mean, no more than anyone else who has connections to, specific deities or powers that are.
Okay, so his eyes bug out a little
Yeah.
bit, and he sits up and he like goes to get like pour waters,
Yeah.
or water bottles probably. Brings one back for you.
Okay.
Okay, so you know about the deities then. That God's real, and so's the devil.
Well,
Sorry, scratch the part where you said deities.
Yeah.
Just that part.
I mean, I worship what was the word you used earlier?
The Dodecatheon.
The Dodecatheon. I know they're real.
Well, I mean, sure, Athena's got a temple on every corner, but that's just a temple, right? I mean, God is God.
Yeah. But so's the Dodecatheon. I know it's a strange concept, but
No, but look, I have met. You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I have met the devil. She is real.
yeah.
I have no doubts about my place in the cosmological realness of our universe. So,
She's gonna she gets to look like, oh, you're so cute. And she reaches out and takes his hand.
mhm.
Nike's my mom.
The shoe company?
No, the goddess of victory. Like,
Ah.
there's a lot of real things that happen.
I mean, that's just one of them false gods, right?
No, honey. I know your guitar told me while I was playing it.
It did what now?
Yeah, your guitar talks, honey.
It does not. I mean, it has been said about me that I can speak through my guitar,
Yes.
but
You never have to change your guitar strings.
I'm pretty sure I've changed them many times. I have the spares in my bag.
Okay. So, yeah, you've met the devil. And she is you in a competition, right?
Yeah, how'd you know that?
Your guitar told me. Your guitar's really proud of being the prize you won, actually.
Oh, it's like struggling.
Yeah.
Sits
So
down, opens his water, like
now,
just sitting there butt ass naked. By the way, I wanted to throw that in there
Yeah,
because
Good.
Yeah.
just a little glistening.
yeah.
Yeah. So, religion is not like math. There's not one right answer. Religion's like music, where you can have lots of different ways to end a song. And there's a lot of right answers. And some people like one, and some people like another, but they all technically all work.
So, I guess when it says, "Thou shalt not have any other gods before me," that doesn't leave out after me.
Well, I mean, they kind of had to write that in because there were other options.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, excuse my cussing.
I don't. I honestly don't think it matters for you at this point, honey.
Facts.
Oh, this is all right. Well, then, I'm afraid I'm in a lot more trouble than I realized.
I think that might be the case.
So, the fact of the matter is, I had done made 2 deals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's impressive.
Because it turned out, even though I won, the privilege of using this beautiful instrument is comes with the cost of my soul at the end of the deal.
Yeah.
And wasn't totally clear on that at the moment.
Really?
I was offered I guess it does make sense that there were other gods because I met one.
So you weren't really into country music before you started playing country music, were you? If you didn't know your soul was the thing, because that's sort of a theme in a lot of
Well,
country.
no, I mean, I grew up with oh my God, that is a running theme.
Yeah. Like it's a thing.
He's dumb.
Oh no, he's dumb.
But so hot.
Yeah.
Oh no, the dumb is part of the hot.
Yeah, part of-
It's
absolutely-
included.
Yeah, it's part of the
Bonus.
package.
Uh,
Okay.
I was. All right.
So you're
you
what
may want to. I mean, okay. So you're, Zeus and Athena and Adidas or whatever you said.
not Adidas.
Nike. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect me.
It's fine.
This is a lot.
It's a lot.
But it turns out I thought maybe it was just a competing devil or something, but there is a being that controls all of the music and TV and movies and everything in the world.
She feigns surprise. Oh, really?
Are you being sarcastic or are you actually
she
trying to
doesn't-
come off as surprised?
She's trying to come off as like not like aghast, like totally surprised, but she's trying to not give the impression of like I know everything and you don't know
Oh,
anything.
yeah, okay.
Like she's trying to not make him feel bad. She's like,
You're slow
"Oh."
playing it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, there's a deity of just music. And
Mhm.
they offered me a way out that didn't involve eternity in hell, which sounded pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
So I signed both deals.
Mm.
And
That's when she gets her phone out and she starts texting.
I'm a little unclear about what happens over the next few days.
Yeah, so can you fill me in? Text. Like all this information is now being sent to all of you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the short version is that he made a deal with the devil, has tried to sign a competing deal with media, and
For his soul?
well, more like immortality,
Okay.
right? Like media's afterlife isn't hell,
Yeah.
right? It's can be a form of immortality.
Yeah.
So he could have everything that he wants and not go to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the goal. But the deal was he had to come and like the thing that media wants was a competition, but he had to compete on this stage
Mm-hmm.
and win. And as far as he knows, like he is just competing he's a competitor and a top seed, like a highly ranked competitor, but he does not know that he is like it's fated that he's going to win.
Yeah.
But as far as he knows, that he's supposed to win this, and in that case, if he wins, media will buy off his deal with the devil somehow. He doesn't know how, and that he'll be released from that deal and then be on media's roster
Yeah.
from then on.
Oh, she's not gonna dive in on any of that. That's a very deep hole to dive down. So I don't want to be like, maybe that could actually be worse than Christian hell burning for eternity. Who knows? Well, it sounds like a lot. Like, so you have to win for your immortal soul.
Yeah, that is the short of it.
Wow. Well, so was it music specifically? Did they give you their full name? Was it media in general?
I mean, as far as I know, her name is Music.
Okay. All right.
And for a while, I thought maybe she was one of the muses. I looked that up, and I thought that was kind of ridiculous. But also just don't think there's any relation. She was not, in toga or anything.
Yeah. They do.
It's the extent of his deductive reasoning is exhausted.
For him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go on, sweetie.
Yeah,
You're doing great.
Definitely no relation.
No togas. I did my due diligence.
Yes.
You did it.
Well done. All right. Well, I think that just gonna do your best. Do your best out there. Like she's now reverted to like little league softball coach.
All right, Pam, you got this.
It's gonna be fine.
I feel like that's the dirty talk too.
Yeah,
Go on, champ.
Yeah, a little, yeah. And yeah, just try and make him feel like you're amazing. You've got a magic guitar. You're so talented anyway. I think it's gonna end out great.
Well, I guess that's the best I could do. But I mean, I don't want to. It feels unfair to. I don't want to win the competition through false pretenses and cheating and whatnot.
I mean, you made a deal with Lucifer so that you could be better at things.
Lucy.
Oh, no.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like there is the full like rubbing her the bridge of her nose moment at that. Like, okay. So I feel like you knew you were getting a bump, like your little level up of ability.
You're right.
You made that choice.
I should have put that together. I see it
I mean,
now.
not
I see
even
it.
But you knew you were getting some sort of magical boost, regardless of who it was from. Like no judgments.
I appreciate that. And no, the pieces fit together now.
Yeah. So I mean, you knew you were getting a little bump in ability there. I mean, like your lane in the lap is a little shorter than everyone else because you got some help there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't entirely know what's going to happen if I win or if I lose.
She's gonna like take his hands.
Oh my god.
You should just really enjoy every moment you have between now and then.
That is great advice.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's supposed to move in for a kiss, but that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
She's gonna enjoy that time with
Okay,
them.
great. We'll fade.
But
to
she
that.
did text like all of you like, oh fuck, media is involved in this too. He made a deal with media and the devil.
Yeah, but it's 2:01 and Micah has fallen asleep in the living room.
Yep.
Do you sleep anymore?
Yeah, he does sleep,
Okay.
but he came out of his watch all
Okay.
peppy.
He was fine.
Oh, really? Media? Anders responds.
Just Anders.
There's no reply.
Oh my gosh. Do we reconvene over breakfast?
Yeah, let's fast forward.
Okay.
Cool.
Actually, what I'd like to do is, through a series of mishap and misadventure, like sliding door style, nobody's in the right place at the right time until like almost noon when you're supposed to be at stage, and everyone just went, well, fuck it, they're going to be, at the, not stadium, but like stage,
Amphitheater.
right?
We
Yeah,
get
yeah.
woken up by what our like agent little guy dude,
Fizzle crank.
Fizzle
Fizzle
Crank.
Crank.
He's like, you are late for your interviews, and
Yeah.
we have just been going since.
Yeah,
We
and he's
can't-
like just individually rounded people up to like get them where they're supposed to be. So the four of you are finally back together again in like a section of the backstage. There aren't really green rooms out here. All the bands are, with their piles of equipment waiting for their turn to go on and do sound checks and whatnot. Like it's not even time to perform yet, but the four of you are now here together at the same time.
How tired is Billy?
Exhausted. Yeah, he is exhausted. He's he doesn't have bags under his eyes because he has some enchantments. But
Yeah.
he is just bone weary. One
real,
might
real
say.
dehydrated there.
At some point in the night, Bella was going to put into his head, like after that conversation and then a little bit more time, I wouldn't think less of you if you use your guitar. But if you're worried about cheating, the guitar is the thing that has the extra power. She's going to leave it totally up to him. It's not like she's not influencing. She's not swaying him.
I mean, I know you want to say that, but
No, but I mean, she literally like says that to him, like in a like intimate moment. Like, I know you're like,
how intimate a moment.
I mean,
with timing.
a rest period.
Okay,
Well,
The cuddle moment.
sure.
Like, I would hate for you to always have regret. So I'm telling you, most of the magic is in the guitar. I wouldn't think of you any less for using it. I would probably use it because I like winning. But just so you know, but that's a big decision. And I don't know if it's worth that truth for yourself. I don't know if that's worth risking eternity in Christian hell. Because
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me losing is going to disappoint both parties. And I don't know if I can risk that.
that's a pretty big risk.
I have to think about that.
Yeah.
I'll pray on it.
Buddy. I was prepared for every inevitability except for the one where he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, truly blindsided by that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. That was the one thing I had planned the whole time.
Yeah.
Was
had
that
no
aspect
idea.
of
One
it.
thing.
Oh, man.
And I think Fizzle Crank literally like knocks on Billy's door.
Yeah.
Like it's like 10:30.
Yeah.
Are you done?
I need my musician. Yeah. So we're out here in the desert sun, high noon.
getting
There's
ready to perform.
all kinds of folks are doing sound checks and whatnot.
It's high noon.
Yeah, and it is probably 100 degrees.
Oh God.
But
He's still wearing the motor jacket.
Yeah.
Motor jacket.
Micah has somehow found a kiddie pool and has moved it to wherever we are.
Oh, you mean this gate key?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy that. And it's like fully.
The reason
somehow
why
got
it's
the
not
hose.
quite right is it looks like a mouth.
It's
Like
just
you're
open like
yeah,
the,
like just teeth all the way
Good.
around.
nah,
Yeah.
I hate it.
Micah's just like sitting in an inflatable kiddie pool, just like
Like horror themed children's pool.
children's pool.
Yeah, love it.
It's like playing chess with someone who doesn't know how to play chess. Micah doesn't know how to play chess. Where like they just make any move they feel like making because they don't know any better.
Are we still trying to win
Oh, yes.
at the cost of?
Everything else.
I mean, he's very cute, but he made his decision a long time ago.
He didn't know he was making his decision.
I mean, that's also not exactly my problem.
I'm not Team Billy. I
Okay.
am Team Fuck the Devil.
You wanna? Are you happy with the wording on that, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Okay.
that.
All right. We'll
I
leave it in.
Bella's like truly neutral in that. Like, there's a lot of belief systems. If he chose one that is a really bad ending, that just seems unfortunate.
But he didn't know he was doing it.
Well, he knew when he picked what he believed in that he was doing that.
Do you really pick what you believe in?
I think you can.
I don't think
Nowadays,
he
there's-
got the chance to.
It was his responsibility to know what he was getting into.
there is the internet.
Well, I mean, either way, if we're trying to win or not, that's one decision. If we can win or not with all the cards stacked against us, that's another thing entirely.
Be great if we could, though. Okay. Apropos of nothing, if I punch the devil in the face, is that putting myself in danger?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But a counter deal. I mean, we've pulled a few fun party checks when it comes to gambling with things, and I'm just wondering if the odds stacked against might intrigue some of the higher up parties to, bet against us.
Oh, that's interesting. Hmm.
Did you say bet against us?
Yes.
Are we gonna make a bunch of metaphysical money by losing?
What I mean to say is, he's got the guitar, right?
Yes.
And both media and the devil are after this man's soul.
Sounds weird when you say it, but yeah.
Well, what if we talk to some of our allies and say if we win, we get to decide what happens with his soul? Put the punching power of a few other pantheons behind what happens today or tomorrow, but
I mean, I think that's a very good plan. Do you think, I mean, do we go to Lucy herself or do we try someone else?
I mean, I don't know if we want to double cross media, but
I
I
mean,
guess we never really crossed media.
What are you looking at me for?
I don't know. Kind of your family.
Yeah,
Kind of.
distant cousins, I guess.
Family adjacent.
Yeah.
So weird. Well,
I don't want to put our souls on the line, is what I'm worried about.
no,
there.
but I love the idea that making the deal for his soul as the next prize, right? Like all of the other stuff, but like betting against ourselves is very fun. I really like that too, because if we win, it'd be even funnier.
Yeah, that's fair too.
But they're going to want something of equal value.
the soul is not a light price.
Well, it's gonna go somewhere anyway.
Yeah, but we're going to have to put something up of equal value to risk. And if we don't want to use our
If
souls,
we lose, yes, that's
yes.
I look at like the kiddie pool for a second, and the like. You mean this gate key? I don't think I can fake a soul.
No.
Don't even know what that looks like.
What's that briefcase? So when you open it,
It lights up.
there's
Yeah.
a golden glow on the inside.
I think briefly Micah does like open up a compact. Is like, no, we can't do that. And it glows.
Not
To,
with that
to be,
attitude.
to be honest, I don't. I mean, he was nice, but I don't feel like betting our fates against his. It is just a competition, but it's important to us. I'm just wondering if I don't want to bet something like our bus or our connection or anything like that. I just don't know what the equivalent value is. I've handled a lot of souls, and it's hard to weigh them against each other.
I mean,
I just
Alvin's-
worry about the backlash of we know that these types of god are always petty.
What?
I mean,
What if we bet my divinity?
Why would we do that?
I mean, my moms are gonna love me no matter what.
They'd be so mad.
they're gonna be so
They're
mad.
gonna be really mad. But, like, I mean, think how much more amazing it would be if I won things without being a demigod. Like, it's so much more impressive. And if it can help Billy too, I mean, ideally we'd win and hopefully not lose anything. But if we do, like, I mean, I'd still be able to be in the band, right?
Yeah, it's next to godliness.
Okay. It's like I could be the next two part.
A further step away
Yeah.
is still next to.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you were all still going to be my friends, I think it would be okay.
Of course.
My mom's would be so mad.
Would you lose your guitar?
I mean,
Could you continue to play your guitar?
I think as a guitar.
Oh.
Now, Bella, I'm going to challenge this line of thinking because all this is predicated on you losing. And I can't imagine Bella long entertains the idea of losing a competition.
That's kind of the underlying thing. Like,
Yeah.
she's sort of like, underneath it, she might be like, yeah, what if we lose? But I don't think she ever actually lets herself really believe
Yeah.
she might lose.
Yeah.
So I think there's part of her that's like, this is something that's worth that much,
Yes?
but we're going to win anyway.
It's
So
like
it'll
not
be-
really a bet.
Yeah.
It's not a bet if it's a guaranteed win.
Yeah. She knows it's not a guaranteed win. She knows that this is going to be a real challenge, but I think that almost like excites her more about it because for once it's a real challenge.
Are you're the person who likes chance?
I am fond of games, yes, but we might need to send out a few divine emails.
About to like march into the parking lot and just scream for Lucifer until he shut up.
Let's make real sure not to CC any of the Greeks on it, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
If my mom gets wind of this, I think.
In fairness, Hermes just showed up last week.
No, for sure, but now, like,
The messenger gods do that
That
sometimes.
is true. They just show up.
They're not supposed to, but they do.
yeah.
God, I love them.
And are we all know the lyrics to the song we have to sing?
If you just make vowel shapes, it'll be fine.
Apples and oranges.
Pineapple, apple pin.
Yeah.
Who has the highest judgment?
Yeah, +2.
That's you.
I got +2.
We both have +2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Negative.
With our
one.
powers combined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that at the same time that you're asking about, does everyone know the lyrics? And you're probably thinking, well, like, yeah, and they like show up on your face,
Yeah.
And then the two of you realize, like, out of the corner of your eye, in the same direction, you see the struts that are holding the stage, like all the lights and stuff go on this, and the screen and the all that stuff like behind the stage. You realize all the struts are this sort of extrapolated. It's a stretch. It's not super obvious, but you realize it is like if you were to fold it and put it back together, it is like there's an integrated pentagram shape into
We did it.
the welded pieces of the stage,
Mm-hmm.
Clever.
which is a pretty clear marking of territory for the satanic ritual flavor. So yeah, there's no role to know more about that. Like this stage is subtle and wouldn't stand out to most people, but it's like if you fold the dollar bill in a certain way, you can
Yeah.
make a
What does that mean here? That the stage is a place where we could connect to Lucifer, or that us singing the song is a ritual?
well, that Lucifer or the devil has
a listening device.
has had influence on the setup of this. So
Okay.
it's probably easier to contact her or
Gotcha.
her minions or whatever. It would require some minimal ritual, but it is like a pretty overt claiming of this space but we know that a big performance like this, like all of you would have expected some aspect of media to be here anyway. So it's like kind of a bit of a pissing match. Really.
Gotcha. So Media and Lucifer are coming head to head at the Battle of the Bands here.
Yeah, like it is possible for these two beliefs to just like both exist and mutually benefit from the concert, but unlikely.
Gotcha. Do we have enough time to do meetings and deals before we have to all sing the Holding Hands song?
The You Are the World is your sound check's going to come up pretty soon, and then we're supposed to sing it as the sun's going down. So we've got like 6 hours of rehearsals and
Shouldn't that-
practice
Okay,
and run-throughs
okay.
and all that. So aside from your sound check, I mean, you've got time.
Can my
Any-
secret garden be outside of time?
I mean, you can already enter it from anywhere. I don't think it stops time when you go in there.
Because couldn't we ask them to come to a neutral ground?
That's far from neutral. That is space that you are total control of, and
Yeah,
I
but it's
don't.
neutral for them.
I don't think you want to invite the devil into your secret
And
garden.
media.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
We should not talk to both of them at the same time.
No.
So
I would
let's-
not advise that.
I think if one of you guys points out the scaffolding,
Yeah.
Michael kind of like lean out to look at it. So I mean they've heard us the whole time.
No, it just means that we are definitely sticking our
Yeah.
noses in somewhere.
it's
a bit
like
contentious.
the stage is consecrated ground as far as the devil's
Ah.
concerned.
We
So
might as well just make these appointments as soon as possible.
Well, we'll do our sound check, and then when
Mhm.
some other band is rehearsing, we'll just kind of pop off into the desert and draw some circles, I guess.
sure.
Michael like looks at her kiddie pool like, damn.
Anders on his face starts playing I Love Lucy.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, great. Anything we want to establish during sound check? Dominance.
We sound awesome.
Yeah.
Dominant.
We
Levels.
sound good.
Okay. Yeah.
But not too good. Like, I feel like,
Yeah. You still want people to bet against you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. Like a
Still going for the underdog vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Then we head out to the desert to just catch your breath for a little bit. You know when you're supposed to be back. You've got, let's say 6 hours.
Fizzle Crank will find us if he needs us.
Yep.
Yep.
It's insane that he can.
I mean, you did sign that contract with them.
Oh, that's true. Which of, us,
Contracts.
which of us has summoned a god before?
I mean, my mom comes when I call, but that's different.
Mom.
I have been summoned by deities to clean up their messes.
Oh yeah, you've actually been to her house before. Maybe it should be you.
I mean, I did it once.
Your arm has been there.
Just your arm though.
Okay, well, I'll just do that and do that bigger this time.
I think the best thing for this is perhaps a crossroads.
Oh yeah, that's how that goes.
Start walking back to the
Actually, Bella, we kind of pulls us aside into the desert. I might need your help with this one.
Oh, okay.
He takes off his motorcycle jacket and kind of just like pulls up his shirt a little bit. It can be a bit hard to pull off, and turns around and you see he's got these like, dice and playing cards and like chess set things and all of this. Turns around and down the back is just sort of like all the way down the back, like over the ass as well, is a very elaborate tapestry. And he like kind of gets his hands into the ink and it starts to pull off.
You get it started. And
Yeah,
then
get
you're
it started.
Can you get the rest of this?
Can you pull?
Okay. She, okay, try not to freak out. Like, she's seen weird things, but this is also
It's not like pulling your skin off, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's just it's
Just the
very
ink.
heavy.
Yeah.
And together we pull a massive poker table
Okay.
off of Teo,
Okay.
and it kind of springs up in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
And then he like scuffs his feet around the poker table to make a little like cross road
Sure.
Nice.
Okay.
to meet
Okay.
the devil.
Yeah. All right. I like the symbolism of that.
Yeah.
And also you're just cued in as a reaper. I think the devil is like, Hades or anyone else who's like the head of an afterlife, right?
Mhm.
So, When you invoke the name, however, you get a demon shows up, not the. So you've seen what she looks like, right? This is not her, Anders, and this demon shows up, and it's just very classic, like right off of a Black Sabbath album, just like, 8 feet tall, wings, digitigrade legs, kind of pinky to brown mottled skin. It's like wet, kind of.
Is he wet?
Yeah, it's like
Nasty.
glistening.
You mean like moist?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Nasty.
exactly.
Nice.
And appears in the desert like, well, it's not so bad here.
Balmy.
who are you?
I speak on her behalf.
No.
Yes.
I mean, for children of other gods, I feel like we should have enough.
And she's entitled
Huh.
to the security of not meeting you face to face.
We
She's
need to
gonna-
be
yeah.
quite clear about what you represent. When we want to sign a deal with someone, bylaws.
If I sign the deal, it is something Lucifer herself has committed to.
You swear on that?
I do.
Even though, like, your whole thing is, or your boss's whole thing is Prince of Lies? Princess?
That's been blown out of proportion.
Okay, you keep saying that, but, like, belief is belief, right?
We need a guarantee.
She follows the letter of every contract we sign.
You get the longest trickster stare.
Bella's gonna like make eyes at everyone, like did you clock she's afraid of us? Like she doesn't say that, but it's like when it was like Lucifer didn't want to show up to be safe, she's gonna kind of like, so everyone kind of like gets
Okay.
that there's an important thing there.
Well, we just want to be absolutely clear because if this deal doesn't pan out, we think we can get a sweeter offer on the table with the competition.
That's true.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation, and we've not been here before. Normally, this transaction has gone very smoothly for us in the past. And frankly, I'm fascinated. She less so. He just like points behind him, like over his shoulder. Oh, and when he said her name, like Lucifer, all the way out, there was like thunder. And
Yeah.
there's no clouds in the sky,
Nice.
just like,
Can I pierce the veil here with takes one to know one?
uh-huh.
I
Just
wanna
be
see-
warned on a 6-, the
I'm gonna go
consequences will be
blind.
dire.
I know.
Okay. Well, no, it's not God you're speaking to.
I know.
The
But
devil's pretty bad.
that was pretty bad. I just want to see if she's actually around.
Okay.
Because that's what I would do. And we all know I'm close enough. Okay. So it's not a 6-. It is, however, a 7.
Okay.
To just clamor over that.
All right. Ask your 2 questions.
This is the more specific, like, is she... I want to know if she's here and just hiding. Like, what's hidden?
Oh, in a general sense, yes, she's here. I'm not going to say she's like standing 6 feet into the left,
No.
Well,
like
and that's sort of what I was wondering, is like, is she here in disguise?
she is present.
And how can I get her to show herself?
Well, you'd have to assure her safety in some way.
All right. Well, it's not going to sound
question.
genuine coming from
What-
me.
What would we have to do to deconsecrate the stage?
Oh, you'd have to like, I don't know, hit the stage with holy water or something. Like,
Who's going to get holy water at this hour?
yeah, that's the whole
I
thing.
mean, we're
I mean, anything, in fairness, like, who's got a water bottle? Okay.
holy.
All right. I think, as the most dangerous person here, Bella, I think that I can guarantee that we aren't going to do anything to physically harm her devilishness. Just
Physical harm? Who cares about that anymore?
valid, but like, listen, we are actually just here to make a deal. Trickster's promise.
That's nothing.
I know. Someone else do
And
it.
he's just, and by the way, his voice is like, I don't normally do voices anyway, but like his voice is just like a normal person's voice coming out of this like 8-foot hulking demon,
My
right?
favorite trope, yes.
Yeah.
Someone who.
What's
people-
all this then?
I think Bella's gonna like take her axe, and is gonna be like, I need this back, but you can hold on to this for a minute to show that she's safe.
So, by the way, he hasn't promised anything.
No, he hasn't.
She's just giving him the axe with no like
Yeah.
contract, and he's like, okay,
Collateral, motherfucker.
fine.
To ensure her
Fine.
safety.
State the terms. State your terms.
Also complicated.
I understand. We get to bonk later.
Okay.
You may hold on to the axe as collateral, as a hostage. I think you understand that. To ensure the safety, physical and metaphysical, of Lucifer herself until the deal is struck. And the axe is then, and once the deal is struck, the axe returns to Bella.
Even if a deal isn't struck, like no matter what, when everybody leaves, I get to.
When everyone's ready to leave, the axe goes back.
And I get to play it while I hold it.
As long as you don't break the strings.
I don't think
No
they are
harm
capable.
comes to anyone or thing.
He like sidelongs at Teo.
Teo is sitting at the poker. Is like his poker table, seeming to be having a blast. He flips over an ace and kind of holds it up, and then shakes. Nothing up my sleeve.
Or else I get to make your life hell.
I think it's
do you know where I live?
Yeah, do you know how creative I can be?
All right.
Let's
I
get the
accept.
semantics out of the way.
And he just takes it by the neck in one hand.
Yeah.
And hooks the strap over his head in a way that doesn't seem possible, right? Because he's so big and he has horns. But in the process of hooking it over his head, he shrinks down into this woman in a red pantsuit with just immaculate 4-inch heels, and it's the suit jacket with no shirt underneath.
Oh no, she's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we knew, but
Yeah.
confirmed hot.
Just a like solid, let's say Janelle Monáe type.
Nice.
As Lucy, and is still like 6 feet tall, which is taller than Janelle Monáe, which I just worth mentioning, was not 8 feet tall. So is in this red pantsuit, but also has these black feathered wings on her back, and is holding the guitar and just is idly strumming it now, just sort of trying different chords. Doesn't seem like an expert player, really. I mean, she's doing fine, but is not showing off, I guess. But
Interesting.
so I don't know if you figured it out before, but here I am. What do you need?
So
I'll tell you this right up front. You're not going to win the competition. I can't give you that, so don't ask.
Well, I don't know about that. I think we have a decent chance.
Well, you don't. I'm sorry.
Let's lay this all out plain. Spreads the cards out. And then flips one up. And the deck has gone from poker cards to a tarot deck. And he pulls up the Fool. Your planted performer is no longer just under your control. I think you know that.
Be careful the cards you draw at me, Reaper.
We're not playing against each other here. Not yet.
Clearly.
Media has, laid a claim on his soul as well.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the winner of this kind of battle, when it comes to the eyes that are on this stage, it might be media with more sway in this case than you, no matter what safeguards you have. His winning might be the very wind that blows over the deck you've stacked. That kind of fame. Now, we might be able to guarantee you still get his soul, even if he doesn't win.
You would promise me his soul?
If we win.
What?
She pulls out one of the chairs at the poker table, crosses her legs, and is now noodling on the guitar a little more interestedly.
But we have something you might be interested in as well, right, Bella?
Yeah. I mean, you have millions of mortal souls. Like, what's that?
And by the way, she cocks her head and is listening to Bella, but just is locked eyes with Teo.
So instead of one other mortal soul, what about Greek divinity?
I've never had one of those before. They usually wind up with, what's that old man's name? And we never met. He's quite young, actually, but he thinks he's, you know how they are.
Oh, Uncle Hades.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes.
it's funny. He thinks his people made the world. It's really very cute.
Yeah, well, so one of the things we were thinking of, and I'm gonna let my friends over here parse out the exact language, but instead of taking Billy's soul, if we win, we get to keep his soul. If we lose, then you get my divinity instead of Billy's soul.
What would I do with that?
Gloat.
Divinity of Hades and his pantheon? I feel like that's a pretty shiny prize, especially, I mean, don't you have like underworld meetups or something? I don't know.
Anders kind of sits up and goes, he starts spouting out facts about how many people worship Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts giving out facts of how many people use media.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I can influence that.
Is that a new chip on the table?
I'll do it instead of Bella.
Oh, I mean, I liked the idea of tweaking Hades' nose.
But think of all the followers you could get.
I mean, I have so many already.
And he starts listing media and just like saying like, this is when media did something and Christianity got pushed down, right?
Yeah,
and blah, 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 blah. So
Roll sway for me.
okay. What is that? Awe?
Yeah, but with Fate's favor.
Okay.
As you intimidate the devil.
Yeah.
Technically not intimidation. That's my move.
11.
11.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, she cannot deny your logic. And she says, in a strange way, people think she just like points skyward, and I are constantly at odds. Really, we're just two sides of the same coin.
Mm.
So his believers are my believers. They have to believe in us both
Mm-hmm.
for it to work.
He kind of like cuts her off and brings up I Love Lucy again and go, more people have seen her than you.
Yes,
Oof.
that is true. What can you do for me in that regard?
We start.
Time for a PowerPoint presentation.
We're
Yeah.
about to become a Christian band, and I don't like it.
Oh, no.
You could do a solo project, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that was his original thing, was to give his soul.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. The like power of his ability over the algorithm and all that. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I think we, she has a metaphysical understanding of what you're offering, and a poker chip appears on the table. of let's see, what would represent your
It's a microchip.
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
It's like she takes the poker chip and it flips it into one.
And she kind of points at it and says, "All right, if you put that in the pot, I'm interested."
Manders walks up and I guess like a pot appears.
Well, in the the betting that you.
Well, I think, to be clear, I think that one mortal soul is not worth both our divinity.
Oh, I wasn't worried about you, dear.
Oh.
And then he puts it in.
Bella, how is that to just be disregarded like?
I don't know why
This is your
Anders.
Harold asking.
Yeah, no, she gets that like her awesomeness is not anywhere near that intimidating or that enticing, but she's also like burned. Like
You're just
super
gonna
burned.
take
like,
that from her?
She made you
yeah, she wants this more. She doesn't like it, but she also like in the back of her mind is like, I'm gonna win this competition. I'm gonna show her.
She have any jewelry on?
She's tactical enough to know this is not the fight right now.
Does who have jewelry on?
The devil.
No, actually.
So,
It says I'm great on her earrings.
against the
It's THEDEVIL. Somehow there's 5 on that. Like,
perfect.
Like look over and she has an extra knuckle to
Yeah.
have the
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Four demigods against one of your blessed folk.
how dare you?
Sorry, condemned folk.
Thank you.
If we win this battle of the bands, we get to decide what happens with the soul of Billy Wiles.
Mm-hmm.
If we lose, the power of the algorithm goes to you.
If you win, and Billy Wiles doesn't go to me, I would like to have my instrument back.
I am amenable to that. What do we think?
Oh yeah, that's easy.
If Billy's okay with that.
I
Yeah.
don't
No.
think it's up to Billy. I think if someone's
It's
witless
not.
enough to make that decision.
You're here making a lot of decisions on his behalf. In fact, I wonder what he would think about that.
Oh.
Billy,
No, that
you
he
had
doesn't
such a
think-
nice time last night.
Well, yes.
I mean,
I
5 times. Who has the stamina?
actually it was 6, but who's counting? I think that I think we should leave that up. I mean, technically, if Billy decides he wants to keep his instruments, then you win out doubly, right? Because then he'll probably sell his soul again.
We need to think about the deal made between the players at this table. And it's true we did not invite Billy here. What he does after is up to us. But if what it takes to get this contract made is us returning the instrument, then
All right.
it's up to the mortal to fight for that back, yes.
Yes. If he wants it back, he can make another deal with you. But yeah, we will give you the instrument.
All right. I'll make this deal.
Okay, so to lay it all out clean, we win, you get the instrument, we decide what happens with Billy's soul. If we lose, chip on your shoulder.
Mm. And his power is mine.
Yes.
Although power and soul not the same thing, correct?
I'm not interested in his soul. He doesn't believe in us.
That is valid.
It's true.
You're okay with this?
Time's a thing. That it really doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Flips the cards again. They go from tarot cards back to poker cards, and then sort of deals out. Oh, not really playing poker, but deals out what we've
Mhm.
bet against
That's
each
cool.
other.
You're not allowed to influence the competition.
That wasn't part of what we discussed.
Yeah, no. But we haven't finished the deal yet.
It
See-
seems like the deal is ready.
Feels like talent for talent, right? Billy won his competition with you. Unblessed, cursed, whatever you want to call it. Right?
Mhm.
So he clearly has the talent to do it again. He is the best in the world, at least if you are better than anyone else here. So, what do you have to be worried about?
Oh, I see. You're under the impression that he actually beat me. That's adorable. No, I let him win.
Oh.
What would be the fun in beating him? I don't have to come here and beat mortals.
So does he suck?
No, he's delightful.
Oh.
I
And
haven't heard his
very
music, I don't
handsome.
know.
so your champion or whatever shouldn't need your help then.
That's irrelevant to me.
I don't. I'm just saying it should be fair, right?
How about no more than you already have with the magic instrument and consecrating the stage and all those things?
Well, all of that is in place. I'm not going to remove it.
Right. Yeah, just leaving that. Like nothing else.
Nothing
Can't add
extra.
more.
I had no intention to.
Very well.
Okay, that's fine then. The stage is set. The souls are on the table. Are we ready to make this deal?
Anders nods. We have sound check in like 15 minutes.
That's fair. All right. Well, I guess I'll be the one to shake hands with the devil then.
Yeah, and
I don't think she'd shake my hand if I wanted to.
you reach out. She takes your hand. Her skin is quite hot to the touch, not enough to burn you.
And I am icy cold.
Yep. Yeah, I think steam, is
Oh.
comes out of the handshake. And everything else, the symbols of the agreement just kind of fold in on themselves, and your tattoo restores itself. And the four of you find yourself standing in the desert as the steam dissipates. Lucy's gone, and you're left in the desert.
Okay.
I feel like we fucked up.
How so?
I don't know yet.
I'm
Yeah. I feel like that's how the devil wants us to feel.
I know.
Well,
how
now
do-
we just have to win the battle of the
Right.
bands is the
Well,
thing.
and to do that, we might need media. So do we strike another deal with media?
I thought that was part of the plan.
Yes, we're going to counter deal
Okay.
media.
Yes.
So-
How do we do that?
Who has their cell phone on them?
Micah.
I think everybody-
Yeah.
Okay, great. So all four cell phones ring at the same time.
I hate when that happens.
So Fizzle Crank has initiated a group call.
I'm going to just put him on speaker so we all
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah,
Hey,
we are
Good.
power walking.
Yeah.
I did remind you all about what I put on your Google Calendar this morning. You have an appointment with a high-value client, and she's here to meet with you, and you're not here, and you're making me look bad, and you know I hate that.
Ucho, giddy up.
So, Fizzle, I'd had a long night. I know you know. Who could you remind me?
I use Bing.
Rude.
He just says I'm not going to say her name out loud.
Is it?
Oh, I forgot she's got this weird scratchy voice. I'm not going to say her name out loud. I'm not crazy.
Is it? Big M.
That is quite enough out of you.
Well, there we go.
On our way. Thanks for the reminder. Click.
That kills two
So we
birds with
all-
one
I don't think I can fit everyone on a motorcycle, but
Okay.
I'm already a dormouse. Like,
As you get closer to back to where the stage is, you can see where all the cars and transports and buses and shuttles and everything. And there is a stretch Humvee parked in the dirt that has no dirt on its tires.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Everything else is dusty, right? This immaculate, shiny black stretch Humvee, no dust on it whatsoever. You all can see the signals pulsing from it at a spiritual level. And it is also the sort of thing, it's kind of just stopped in the middle of the parking lot, and people are driving around it and walking around it, and no one's really paying any attention to it or yelling at them for stopping in the middle of the driveway. They're just going around it as if it's not there. And you can see the concrete under its tires are slowly turning into red carpet.
Okay. I'm going to let maybe someone else.
Again, no one likes to make deals with me. That's just a reputation problem.
Mm, I mean, maybe I should take the lead on this one, I guess. But she...
She may think I'm compromised because I already put mine to the deal.
Yes, Bella.
I mean, just for clarity's sake, we haven't actually typed this into anything or texted
No,
about it.
we
or
have just spoken. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe...
Maybe we're fine.
I mean, we had our cell phones on us when we needed.
Yeah.
Also, you had this appointment this morning.
Yes.
Was on your calendar.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That's all I know.
I don't like that she know that.
All right.
she
So
knows.
I'm going to go and like knock on the window of the Humvee.
Okay. It opens. The door just opens by itself, and this like gorgeous, like perfectly humidified, air-conditioned air rolls out of it. You all pile in there. And I'm just going to straight up rip off Gillian Anderson's character from American Gods
Hell yeah.
because I can't do it any better.
Yeah.
Who could?
Her like femme David Bowie
Yeah.
look
Okay.
Yeah.
is just perfect. So she's there and she says, "All right, I just want to get this clear. Now, by this time, I made the appointment at this time on purpose. You've already met with her, Lucy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate when they do this.
I know. Yes, we did. And we made a deal and everything.
Okay. Now, whose divinity did you promise? There was a. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Telling her things.
She already
Interesting.
knows. She's asking questions she already knows the answers
It's
to.
true.
Okay. Well, I mean, there was a pool in the office, so it was exciting to find out. So,
Yeah, we all know data is used for good and bad. You know, I really couldn't.
I mean, what even do those words mean?
Exactly.
All right. Well, I would very much like to have this young man on my roster. What would it take for you to back out of your deal and just go ahead and have him win?
We've set the terms. You cannot back out of a deal with the devil.
Well, actually, it might work out for everyone involved because we said that if we win, we get to decide what happens with Billy's soul, which could also mean giving it to you.
Oh, I see. And that's what you would do.
Billy already made that deal. I feel like we're just
He did express that desire to me.
yes. I mean, that was his preferred option other than going to the Christian hell, and I think we would just be helping him do that.
So dry.
I mean, really. So I feel like if you helped us win, we all would win.
All right. Yes, there was a version of this going that way.
And she's gonna kind of look around like, is everyone else like,
So you help us win. You still get to do what you want to do with Billy. All it means is we get a trophy too.
Yes, the minor wrinkle here is that a minor deity will be somewhat annoyed with me.
Which one?
It's the one you were just speaking to.
Oh, you think that? Oh my God! I was having a problem.
Andrew
with
starts
scale.
giving out the same stats. Like, come on, really? Like, you're scared?
No, I said minor.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I had a false concept of scale.
I don't think
She has less than 1 billion believers. I mean, why?
I also think like she already knows she's already put her cards on the table, as it were. Like she gave the guitar and like consecrated the stage. So
Yes, that's nice work, actually. I like her style.
yeah, so I mean she could have done more and now is not going to.
Okay.
So I feel like that's her decision and that's on her. She might be annoyed, but she also can't argue that she didn't have a shot.
Now, was there any prohibition against you, the four of you receiving any help?
There was no.
No, which is honestly sloppy work on her part.
It really was.
Excellent.
Oh, I don't like that either.
Would any of your families be opposed to me blessing your instruments?
Go for it.
Well, I don't think so. But I want to be very clear about what you mean when you say bless our instruments.
Hashtag blessed even.
I'm not an electric kind of guy. I like it old school.
Oh, that's in my heritage.
Okay.
I'd prefer if you not bless my guitar. Maybe you can bless my microphone for my singing.
Or maybe your voice. And you can feel like her voice resonate in your throat for a
Yeah.
moment of like, oh,
Okay.
what about hitting every note every
Every time.
time?
Oh, it's perfect.
Every time.
Natural autotune.
Yeah.
Well,
And that high note that you've been trying for?
It's like 50-50. Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
this would be in service for the competition and no other time, right? Like, this isn't in perpetuity. We wouldn't have to trade anything else
Oh,
for
I don't
that.
take my gifts back when I give them. I don't need to. The value of these things is nothing to me. You don't understand how much power I have in this situation. I just don't want a war because it's messy and ugly.
Bella's gonna look at Anders and see what Anders is thinking and doing or how he's
Anders-
reacting.
I think that there's a steep competition between technology and media right now.
Yeah.
And Anders' look is not really responsive in a sense. Like, it looks competitive with media.
Okay.
And he just looks her in the eyes. And he's like, I can do it on my own.
That's fine. I want you to win. I'm giving you free help.
Nothing's fucking free. That's not how that works.
Well, then you're going to give me Billy at the end.
It's not free, but it's not our price.
I don't know. I just actually don't know. Let's be honest.
He has already signed a contract expressing his desire to work with me.
It's a better option. Like, I really like Billy. But
You've made that clear.
He's
Like, why does media know that?
I
crazy.
understand what's happening here. The deal on the table now is that if Billy wins, you get to decide what you do with him. And now if Billy loses in place and we win in place, you get to decide what to do with him. So either way, you get what you want.
Well, right, but if he loses, then Lucy has some claim in the, it's just inconvenient.
no, if he wins.
Oh, yeah, thank
sorry.
you. Yes. That's the
Yeah,
retcon that
you
to
said
the
that.
actual
Yeah,
thing.
I was telling that to the Herald. I wasn't saying
Yeah,
that.
Yes.
thank you.
I see. So now, yes, it is in your best interest that Billy loses. But perhaps what you can do is simply take care of all the benefits at his disposal.
Oh, yes. See, this will be terrific ratings because everyone expects him to win. And if that is subverted, the viewership will skyrocket.
Mm.
Mm.
We did always like the idea of an underdog kind of vibe. It took some convincing, I will say.
Bella likes that vibe. She's annoyed that it's like actually the case. Like they are the actual underdogs. It's not just their tactics they came up with, but she's staying quiet about it.
Oh, yes, the poor bereft half-divine beings, barely able to pull their own weight in the competition amongst mortals.
We know there are other things. There were other divine beings at the last one, and you know it.
Yes,
We all lost to a Hydra last year, I mean.
and there are 6 bands with divine members this year,
Exactly.
but none with 4.
Yeah, well, that's because we explode when we get too close to each other every once in a while.
And hence my fascination with your situation. I am willing to help you because I would like to work with you more in the future.
I had the feeling that would be the case.
All right.
But I don't need to tie strings. I don't need to lock you into unflattering deals. I don't need to do any of that.
Anders pulls out his cell phone. Like,
I always get everything I want.
Well.
Mm.
Anders, what are you doing? This is your herald asking.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he's going to do because he kind of wants her to go away.
Micah's actual nature is as soon as media's like, I always get what I want. Micah's like, so we're gonna lose. Never want to fucking lose more in my life.
I think Bella's gonna like she wants to help Billy and she wants to win. And this is a win-win situation. Like, this is awesome. So yeah, she's gonna stick her hand up and be like, okay.
we take the deal
Excellent.
kosher.
Yeah. She sticks her hand out and makes you cross the distance
of
to her.
course.
You know, sort of awkward, like scoot across the.
I feel like Bella's very going to put on like all her prowess to like
Yeah,
still look cool as she walks across the
Scoots across.
Yeah.
duly noted.
Yeah. She ends up doing like a cool like roll
Yeah. Okay.
just so she doesn't look like awkward.
Yeah. Do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she'll make that like clear on the terms we discussed.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
And she blesses instruments of everyone who would like to have them blessed, in whatever style you would like to have. Bella, you'll be taking. Nobody has divine charisma, right?
I have divine presence.
Presence is a different one. So
Silver tongue. I don't think that divine charisma thing is available.
yeah, it's on the muse, I think.
No.
So Bella, take divine charisma for your singing voice.
okay.
Let's see. Micah, what do you play bass?
Yep.
Is your instrument already epic?
No, actually. No.
Okay, so then it's an epic instrument now.
Sure.
Um,
Oh, you know what? I think I got the magic weapon, epic weapon from the staff.
Yeah, so that's you already have an epic weapon.
Oh, okay, cool. So
This is
it's
an epic instrument,
crazy. Okay.
and so that just means it is the finest an instrument like that can be, and it does something else cool, like turn into an axe, for instance,
Excellent.
or something else, right? So
Cool.
you can decide what it does.
All right.
And Teo, you
I use the drums, but
Right,
none of
drums.
my instruments aren't epic at all.
okay? Well, they can be if you want.
Can I pitch Aura of Dread, but only while playing?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Aura of Dread you could turn on and off anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's more like I don't want to just get necessarily a free gift from my own playbook, but I like the idea of.
well, that's
leading
what
it.
I'm handing out is
Oh.
a gift.
Well, then yeah, I'll take
So-
Aura of Dread.
Okay. Great.
Dread drummer sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, Dread Drummer. Now, are you sure we can't set something up for Anders in this situation? Is there a version of this that he would be like, yeah, I'll take that and I'll
I think
shove it in
like-
your face later?
I think he would reach out to his pantheon
Uh-huh.
and be like, "This is a way to show them up."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you want that to look like? Because algorithm is definitely hip to what's going on this weekend.
Right.
You know, this is all part of, you know, it's like science and media are just barely separated at this point. So, what do you think? And while you're thinking about that,
Okay.
for viewers, the science pantheon in this game is the general misunderstanding of the general populace about basic science concepts. It's not actual science. So that's why it can get complicated and personal and weird.
It's your faith that gravity works, not your understanding that gravity does work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you can't explain gravity, but you do believe in it. That's faith.
Is there a way for them to replicate what the guitar does?
Uh,
Just because everybody would hear the song that they want to hear?
oh, sure. Yeah.
Like basically the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Your electro deck can adapt. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a general. We're tight on time. We're kind of about where I thought we'd be anyway. I thought there was going to be a big old fight today, but then you all made a deal with the devil, which I wasn't expecting.
I kind of wanted to punch the devil in the face, but we never. First of all, I don't have that kind of prowess.
Alternate universe.
Alternate universe.
More of a social combat.
yeah.
All right. So you've set everything up in place. I'm going to end with Bella. So, Teo, if you would make a performance, let's. It's probably awe or metal that you're performing with, but I'm open to other. Or if your instrument is magic, you could use weird.
Weird sounds good to me.
Okay.
I just took the advancement on weird, and I think Teo is leaning a little bit more in that direction.
Okay. Building those magical rhythms.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I like it.
And
Oh,
just-
and you're gonna roll with fate's favor.
okay. A little bit of the flavor is that his horse does come on stage, as we said before.
Oh, excellent.
So we do have a motorcycle just hanging out.
Yeah, just like
I
revving.
Oh
I
yeah.
fully forgot that was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
So you get to roll 3 dice and take the better 2.
Okay. Oh baby. That is 14.
14. Outstanding time for
And
that.
of course, I mean, a thread for
Doubles.
double.
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. Micah.
Oh god, with Fate Saver, so I have 3 dice.
Mhm.
I hate
And
rolling.
are you rolling weird, awe?
I'm rolling weird.
Okay.
There's no way.
Let's make it weird.
Let's get weird. Okay, that's a 12.
Okay.
No.
That's
Outstanding.
double.
That's fantastic. Okay. Take your thread. Anders, we need some electronic nonsense under this.
Yeah, he was going to use judgment.
Okay. That's either real good or real bad.
Maybe roll 3. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That is 7.
Oh.
Okay. What was the dice? What?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Fun.
Okay, but you got the 7. That's a pass. Okay, now Bella, you may recall there was an incident. The concert after the werewolf didn't go so well.
Yeah.
You haven't had a lot of chance to practice or rehearse since then. There's been a lot of strife in the band, but if anyone's going to bring it together, the main vocals
Yeah.
are the thing that the audience is going to engage with.
Okay.
So no pressure or anything.
Okay.
But I'd almost like you to roll prowess.
Okay.
As just like to bring your kind of-
Everyone together.
your raw,
Battle cry.
that like primal energy.
I feel like that or awe. Either one would be good.
I'm fine with either one.
Yeah, I feel like she feels like she's got some swagger. She had a real good night. She feels like she's saving her new beau. May not last that long, but he's good.
Roll with sex glow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Fate's favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that plus like also like she knows she can hit those notes now.
Yeah.
There's no stress of that. And like they have a purpose together. Like it's turned the performance even more into like a competition / combat than it normally is.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they have a specific foe now that's not just a mortal band that they're trying to beat.
I like it.
All
A
right.
worthy foe.
A worthy foe.
Finally.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, that's good. We've got 2 mediums.
Oh yeah. No, I don't get any pluses for the divine weapon or charisma or anything, do I?
No.
Okay.
That's great though. That is a huge success. Now I'm just gonna roll for.
Oh no.
Normally we don't roll for the NPCs, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for Billy, but he has to roll with disfavor.
Okay. Also,
Wow.
he's very tired,
Yes, that's why.
Tired.
He is sore and tired.
but happy.
And-
it's a good happy.
Yeah.
But, like it's
Listen,
hard.
if he should practice more is really what
Yeah.
Micah's thoughts
But
on that.
he's also like a lot has come to light
Yeah.
over the last day.
That's
He's
fair.
like
You kind of rocked his world in all the different
emotionally
ways.
distracted, rocked his world on multiple levels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his fingers are sore.
What are these numbers? I think that's a 1. Is that a 1?
That's a 1.
Okay, that's a 5.
Okay.
That's not good enough.
Okay.
So he makes it to the final round, but loses head to head against Next to Godliness.
Okay.
So sorry, bro.
It is a wild upset. Everyone thought he was going to win, but it was like across the board, like in every chat around the world, like people are like, wait a minute, what about this Next to Godliness group? Like, sure, we like what's his face, but like, hey, come from behind. That's, they're all from different bands from last year, and they all went through so much.
They've
and
got a gimmick.
yeah, their
my
story
God.
is so deep.
Oh my
The just the story writes itself,
Yeah.
really. And the I know we're out of time, so I want to have a quick little epilogue of the part I will set is he is broken from his contract with Lucifer and is free to follow his contract with media. There is now a version of Lucifer that is annoyed with the 4 of you and will probably be causing some problems in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Get in
So
line.
that's her epilogue,
Mm-hmm.
is her like planning how to screw you over. But let's. Does anyone want to go first with what your next 3 to 6 months looks like?
I think I can do that.
Okay.
I feel like we have like this like scene where like Bella's explaining what happened with Billy. Like, I'm so sorry to lose, but this is what happened. So now you're, we made a deal with Lucy too, and so now we get to decide. So we're just gonna have it like we're gonna have your other deal go through. So now you get to be part of media rather than going to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get to be his hero. There's like the
I fixed it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Fade to black, and then like a few months down the road, when like, oh no, she got tired of him and is now moved on to someone else.
Oh no.
It's so good, but it's no like serial monogamous. It was really
Yeah.
intense and really,
Mhm.
but look at that.
man.
That's
Sure.
really pretty over there.
Yep.
And I feel like the next relationship, suspicious, like it's not Lucifer, but like definitely a like in the flavor of the Lucifer we saw, like this super hot chick.
That is
It's something in you.
hysterical.
super tall, like very like.
I mean, maybe this is part of her plan.
like, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something in you.
But, yeah, like she saw her in the desert, and I was like, ooh, I like that flavor.
Oh,
Okay.
That's delightful.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god.
I think Anders is 1 foot out the door. He's kind of over this whole mortal thing.
Mm,
Oh.
I think he is planning the Asian tour,
yeah.
or the Asia tour. I think like it probably leaves him on his computer with like his glasses and like you can't see his eyes. This could just kind of signifying his loss of humanity, but like the only thing that as the camera pulls back, like you see the music box, but it's not playing.
Mm,
Mm.
it's open but stopped.
Yeah.
Mm, that's really touching.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think that at the end, like the competition ends, we've all won. I think there's a moment after like everything where I think that at the very end of it, like there's all the fans and everyone's screaming, and it's pretty customary for Micah to just be like, "Hey, Randall, let's go." And I think that there's a moment where she like kind of looks at everything and she's like kind of has this like, you worked really hard to keep me from doing some dumb shit. And she's sort of like kind of as they're like wrapping up, she's like, do you want to get coffee?
I take it all black.
Of course.
so
Ew.
dark.
Dark.
So edgy.
So edgy.
But actually, I would rather have a hot chocolate if that's okay.
Sure. And she kind of has, and like, I think if you'll let me, I think that she, over the next couple months, is like, under the guise of like, I need to figure out what this kid's about, what this guy's about, rather than like she starts that way and kind of moves into like, it's that like, have you guys noticed that Micah and Teo have been dating? It's like, no, we haven't. We just
We're
get
not
coffee.
dating.
Yeah, it's like in the tabloids.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
like one of the biggest bands in the world now. Like,
Mhm.
everyone's like, you two, who?
Yeah. Oh my god.
NTG,
Right.
NTG.
new generation.
But yeah, I think that's the biggest like thing that's come out of it is just like, damn it, you did like a nice thing, and now I have to make it up to you, and it's turned into the like.
Because everything is still transactional. though.
Everything's still
Mhm.
transactional, so she hasn't like she's tricked herself into dating.
I love it. Love it.
And I do think they date, but it stays very casual.
Yes,
Yeah. For
absolutely.
the next 3 to 6 months, mostly because I think getting on the devil's bad side and getting on media's good side ends up causing a lot less of those you need to go clean up someone's
Mess.
godly mess
Mhm.
Mm.
and more like we need you to escort some fancy dead people to fancy places.
Okay.
Like
Ooh.
Teo isn't really into it, but there are some like royalty type, not like Queen England because she's
Yeah.
going places in Lucy's domain
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to touch that
Yeah.
right now.
He's
Um
not invited back there.
No.
yeah, but there's some, Nobel Prize winners and he's like, it's the same gig but you just put a nicer label on it.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Uh,
Celebrity delivery service.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's some bro moments where Teo's pretty sad about Anders pulling away from that because he's pretty grounded in reality and mortality for the time being. But I do want to, as the last epilogue, I do want to pull it out to another year and a day
Ooh,
where we have an epic reunion party
yeah.
that we all throw together.
Okay,
I love that.
cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that's where we leave it with the NTG reunion performance
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
after we get back from the Asia tour.
Mhm.
And it's a little more, our sound's a little different.
Yeah.
There's some more divinity in the mix depending on the adventures we've been through
Yeah.
after a year. Maybe we were a little closer to godliness than we were before.
Yeah.
But
Maybe a couple more ascendance moves have gone off.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
exactly. But we finished with like that last strum.
Cool.
And then the party erupts in cheers.
Cool.
Ironic singing of "You Are the World."
Yeah, you are the world. It's thematically similar yet legally distinct from other famous songs.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this episode and our mini series of Demigods going platinum. I think we got there. We got to platinum. Thank you, players, for doing this with me on the auspicious occasion of my book being sent to the Kickstarter backers.
Yeah!
It will be on sale on Drive Through RPG. It's a little delayed, I know. We'll get there. But if you're watching this in the future, it's probably there. So go check it out.
There you go.
Where did they go?
To probablyokgames.com. And you can sign up for the newsletter there for updates, and you can go to the Demigods page there and get the quick start guide, and just follow along there. And then I'll have a link to Drive Through RPG as well. So thank you also to everyone watching live or later. Your only two options to watch the show.
We're listening.
Yes. And to the infinite generosity of our chat mods, we can't do this live without you. Thank you so much for being here. Our Patreons also make this possible to do without stopping for ads all the time and having all these really awesome, you can't see them, but we have these amazing microphones and cameras and just like the best little studio. And it's well done, Kimmy. This is a real accomplishment. So you can go to happyjacks.org/Patreon to learn more about that, to join in that party. Let's go around and say our goodbyes. Alex?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This is the conclusion of my first little Happy Jacks.
First.
First.
Not
Hopefully,
First of many.
first of many, as I'm hoping. I
Yeah.
want to maybe run something at some point with
Deal.
y'all.
Yes.
Do that. Yes, but I have been Alex. Once again, I use he, they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Alder_Mancy. That's where I post most of my updates. But I'm also working on some really fun stuff that's coming out on Ko-fi and itch.io at Sword Ghost, as well as on Total Party Kiss, where you can find me most Saturdays for my queer horror D&D campaign called Strange Hungers. Our producer, Paladin, is taking a hiatus right now, so we are going to be produced by another amazing cast member, but that means that our Paladin is going on like a death quest that was kind of inspired by some of the
Oh.
Reaper stuff as
Okay.
well. He has to like deliver a soul that died under the party's watch
Oh,
to the
awesome.
realm of the afterlife. So
I love
lots of
that.
fun
So
stuff going on.
cool.
It's a great time to tune in.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my big shout out. It's been such a privilege and a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's been the privilege is ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm Clara. I'm all over the internet as clearly_golden, unless you're into mermaids, in which case mermaid_clarity on Instagram. What is funny?
It's cute.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm here on, I guess now only on Thursdays, playing Savage Worlds with Nick and some other Happy Jackers. And you can also find me over at Queen's Court Games playing the Vampire the Masquerade for our podcast, The All Night Society, which is our award-winning Vampire the Masquerade actual play. And it is very much, very, very fun. And as long as I can kind of plug it, because I don't know, because it feels kind of relevant, in May, we actually, I'm terrified, but in May, our first Queen's Court Games first episode of Mekong should be out.
Very cool.
It has been my labor of love and why I cannot watch Total Party Kiss on Saturdays because I'm still recording it.
Good.
It is our, oh my god, space opera epic beam saber game based around our cast's shared cultural heritage of Southeast Asian heritage, and it is inspired by all that mythology. And also, we punch ghosts with mechas. So it's
Cool.
it's my baby, and I'm so scared.
Amen. All right. Can't wait to see that.
But yes.
This is Eli, and I'm on the internet, but you don't need to follow me. I talk nonsense. I just want to say thank you to Kimmy and Jason, and Alex and Claire. It's been an amazing game. I'm glad that, Happy Jacks has turned into a found family for me, and I hope it is for you too.
Thanks, Eli.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kimmy. You can find me on the internet at Golden Lasso Girl, Golden Lasso RPGs, or Happy Jacks RPG. I have a lot of accounts. I do a lot of stuff.
And those are the only ones she'll tell you about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, if you, I'm here every Friday night for our advice show, and I am here every Monday night I'm the lore master of our One Ring campaign, the Unsung Tales, which is going on for an infinite amount of time because none of us want to stop playing. We're like, we'll just keep playing until we get tired of it.
Valid.
Yeah. If you, I think that's everything. Oh, if you want to find the games that I'm writing, you can go to goldenlassogames.com. Right now, my Starscape PBTA game is soon to be in version 3 beta. So it's very exciting. I just have to do a play test of it, and then we'll get out those new documents, and that's pay what you will right now if you want to try it out and give me feedback.
It's really good.
It's really
It's
good.
very fun.
My name's Jason. This is my last Happy Jacks campaign until the next one.
Good. Okay. Whew.
You can follow me online on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay. And this link you to the game that we played and everything, because I made it. I made this game called Demigods.
Yeah.
It's a very good game.
Thank you. Can I say what's happening at the end of April in broad terms?
Yeah.
I'll be coming back to GM a superheroes campaign
Ooh.
here, which will probably be a little bit of a longer run.
Is it
Yeah.
math?
So I'm not going to say
Not
any
math.
more.
It is a new system that we haven't run before.
It's
on
another
It's
game
an
that
old
Jason
system
wrote.
that
Well,
we haven't run in.
new to us system,
Yeah.
old system.
Yeah. It is one of my favorite. I like a lot of superhero systems. I like Masks, I like Aberrant, and I like Wild Talents, and it's one of those. So,
You just told them what it was. Because it's one that we haven't run before.
Quick, skim. No one knows.
Go,
No.
go, go,
No one
it's fine,
knows.
no one knows.
That's right.
we'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Thanks everybody for joining us, and until next time, stay godly.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.